I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a
You talk big, but your wallet's thin. Claim you're winning while I cash it in. Your schemes are weak, your pitch is lame. I'm stacking gold, you're playing games. I'm getting paid while you're just scammers. Swinging fake dreams like broken hammers. Flashing your lies like neon glamours. But I see through your cheapo banners. You sell the moon, but can't pay rent. Your big ideas just came and went. I'm counting checks while you pretend. Your pyramids crumble and my climb will end. I'm getting paid while you're just scammers. Swinging fake dreams like broken hammers. Flashing your lies like neon glamours. But I see through your cheapo banners. You hustle air, I breathe success. Your phony tricks are such a mess. I'll toast your wins, you fake distress. Your con's exposed, no second guess. Your empire's built on plastic pride, but truth's a wave you can't outride. I'm stacking real while you divide. The house of cards where you reside. You'll beg for mercy from coast to coast, saying where's that villain we hate the most. I'm masked up and on the attack. Verbal walk-bys filled with facts. Yeah, I'm getting paid while you're just scammers. Swinging fake dreams like broken hammers. Maybe you intimidate your friends and kin, but when I play to win. And here we are, right at the end, with your game of cheap pretend. Nothing about your world is real. A plastic person that suits to feel.
It must be lonely to sit on a throne made of silence, built not with trust but with lawsuits and threats. Fall like nails to board, shut the mouths that know you best. How sad is it to turn your name into a weapon, to aim at your own kin, your own crew, your own clients, just to keep the truth from catching daylight. But see, truth don't bruise, it burns, and maybe that's why you run from it. Why you hide behind courts, behind contracts and clauses, as if a signature can undo a sin. Because truth is kryptonite, and you ain't made of much steel to begin with.
Yeah, I'm getting paid while you're just scammers. Swinging fake dreams like broken hammers. Getting masked up for what I love the most. Wrecking lawyers on these streams. I host.
Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome to a Friday edition with special guest today, Shizzy Wizzy. What's up, Shizzy?
How you doing, brother? Man,
Oh man,
this
I
been
thought
a
it would be
crazy
fun.
week.
Yeah, I thought it would be fun to have a talk after this week. It's been going, man. It's been a fascinating one, I have to say.
I mean, I don't know if they could have spun it any further out of control than they did. I mean, it's amazing to watch them lose their minds over an open letter that wasn't even addressed to them. It boggled my mind. I was like, really? You thought this was about you? You know, you're so vain. You thought my letter was about you.
Well, I thought that was funny, man, because, you know, I looked at that letter, and when I looked at it, before you even mentioned anything, the first time I looked at it, I thought, it doesn't say who's it about. Really, it's about you. It's not about another person. It's actually about you. You're like,
Yes.
hey, you know, if you do this to me, then this is how I'm going to react to it.
Exactly. I mean, nobody wants to be docked, but you know, if that's, you know, if they want to sit down and have a conversation, you know, we can talk about the children. We can talk about, you know, all the people that might be injured along the way, and you know, see how those Baker acts go. You know.
Yeah, really. Let's talk about baking. You know,
I haven't baked anything this week. I'm baking in the sun is what I've been doing.
yeah. What are they? Well, I mean, we're not talking about baking pastries here. Well, I don't know. Some of these people have about the IQ of pastries. So. I did notice, by the way, something did come in on this case today. You know, it's not on the docket, but they had a little problem with some of their filings.
Oh, like what?
You can't. Well, like they were supposed to correct some of them, and you know, you get like a 5-day period that you can do that, and if you don't, it goes in the trash can. So where they're filing, they had the one about Jeremy Hales that had color. Let me see. I can't remember the name of it. Let me pull it.
So it's supposed to be in black and white.
Yeah. So, well, everything is, you know, if you look at it, okay, if that one matters with the color versus black and white, all of their evidence, you know, their quote unquote evidence, I hate to call that evidence, by the way.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know what I would call it. A cell phone is what I would call it. I mean, it just shows that they are stalking people.
But you get like so many days to fix it. And what was interesting about the mailing that went out with it, you know, talking about that, is it seems to me, the way I read it anyway, whatever email that they are using on file, the court's not able to get a hold of them to fix their problems.
Oh, that's not good.
No, so after so many days, you know, it goes in ye old trash can. And that's pretty much what you've had going on. Again, I'm simplifying things with that, but you know, because that would be after so many days, it goes into the abandoned file queue. You know, a file. If you're not going to correct something, then the courts just move it over. They move it over and they consider, well, this is trash. It's been abandoned. You know, we told you to fix it. You didn't fix it. They're subscribed. I mean, you can see the email address that they have on there.
Well, and they're notorious for that, though. They're notorious for like letting stuff just sit there and not responding to it. I mean, that's
right.
I mean, you know, for example, they were supposed to show up to two separate hearings that they requested, and then they never showed up to them. Like it's amazing to me that you would think you call for a hearing because you want this case heard, and then you don't show up.
This case right here, I'm telling you, this is one of the worst cases I've ever seen put together, for real. Like, no joke, no pounding on my chest being like, ha, ha, ha. I mean, this is just a terrible case, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you, and especially whenever she's reaching out to me saying, "I'm mad at you." This where, like, what have I done? Absolutely nothing. Like, how can you add me to something that
Oh, that fucking live stream that she did, talking basically, you know, on top of doxing threat that she tries to use is it's a thinly disguised fucking doxing threat. But she decides while she's suing you and saying, you know, I'm scared of this guy. He's making threats, which is so ridiculous, by the way. You know, I read through the filing, but she buys ShizzyWiznut.com and does a redirect. Yeah, she sounds like she's terrified, doesn't she?
Well, and on top of that, wasn't she the one that wanted to be roasted or something like that? And I didn't even acknowledge her. I'm like, I'm not going to roast you. I'm going to toast you because you're not worth my time.
Well, what's interesting is she put in, okay, so as part of that, she actually tagged in DJ Radis. Yeah, let me pull that up here, actually. There's some of it I can pull up and some of it I can't, because she didn't just put up a tag in thing. She tagged in 3 people that 2 of us were part of the lawsuit, you know. She tagged here. Let me pull it up here. Like I said, there's more than this. Too.
Yeah, I've never
got my speed all the way back.
That's fine.
There we go. But yeah, it's this right here. She tagged in, of course, myself. I'm added to that. What the Hales has never been removed, added, re-added, whatever garbage, you know. But she tags in DJ Radis. Now the DJ Radis one is really interesting to me because she added him after she did this. She adds him roasting her as part of her proof of harassment. And I'm like, wait a minute, you asked for him to do that. You can't do that. You cannot legally do that. These right here, I mean, this is an absolute screw up on her part.
Yeah, because if she's asking somebody to say something about her and then they do, then she
doesn't define what roast is. Roast can mean anything, you know. Roast can be calling you a failed lawyer. Roast can be saying, you know, I mean, just anything. You know, it's limited with your imagination. But she includes, like I said, DJ Radis as part of her evidentiary filing.
Yeah, that would be an insult to call her a fit lawyer. I mean, don't do that.
Well, don't worry about that for me. She's many things, but not that. Oh my God! Hey, by the way, folks, if any of you have a birthday thing today, please make sure you put that up there on the super chats, because I made something for that. So I do want one today. You know. But obviously, apparently, the fats too. Apparently, they're like, oh my God, Tug, he was fascinating so much.
Yeah.
I'll be back. This is the Fascinator.
I like the Fascinator.
Yeah.
Oh, you need some belt buckles or something like that if you're gonna be the Fascinator.
Oh my God. They were like, oh my God, he put bombshell in wrecked. So I made sure to put wrecked in the fucking titles, and I put nuked in there, you know. These people, you know what it tells me? It tells me that people do not understand anything about this thing that we do, you know?
No, they must not, because it's become very clear that they don't understand how YouTube operates, how subscribers operate, how you keep an audience and maintain a good story. I mean, people love a beautiful story. They love a well-written letter too, but you know, a good story is wonderful. And then whenever you can back that story up with documents, with proof. I mean, that's one thing that, you know, like last night I went over the documents and was, you know, with them trying to remove the counterclaim and why it should be removed. And I read through all of those, and it wasn't even 20 or 30 minutes later, and I hear that Bruce is just basically calling Randy an idiot and doesn't know what he's filing. I'm like,
yeah, and attacking the judge, man. I heard some of the clips from that, and it's like, wow, you know. He was also complaining about how the judge was an idiot because of over 5 months delay, and I kept thinking, who was bragging about delaying this case for 5 months? Who was that back when?
And the judge really, where's the judge delayed anything? Because everything that I've seen is the judge saying, hey, you know, you're bailing on your client. Your client is firing you. So we're going to give them time to search out an attorney. How is that a delay?
Well, you know, I would have I would have just been like, well, you fired your attorney, therefore. But, you know, apparently Bruce doesn't think very highly of his clients. Actually, speaking of his clients, you remember that little rant that LP went on about her voice? You know, I'm getting my voice back, you know.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
So she deleted all of that yesterday.
Why would she do that?
Probably because she got smacked back into place. That's what I'm figuring, you know. She got
was it John or was it Bubbles that smacked him back into place?
Or maybe it probably Bubbles and 2L and all them. They're like, you messing up our grift, sucker.
They're like, yeah, we're not giving you any more money until you get you stop talking that kind of stuff. Who knows? Because LP doesn't hold the purse strings to those. Those are held by.
They have the money. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they made that very clear that Bubbles has it, that the 2Ls have it, and it's not in her control or command. She can't do with it as she wants to.
Ooh, look at that! Are we going to have a birthday request? I love it.
I love the Jenny 8675309.
Yeah, I love that too. Actually, that's kind of awesome. 8675309.
She's gonna be sweet 16 again. She's too young for me. Doggone it. It's a flux. It's a flux.
Check this out. I've got to give you the birthday dance. Like here it is.
Oh, yes.
Check it out. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Yeah, happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Yes.
He's perfect timing and everything. I love him. He dances. He's even got his little sombrero. He's got battle damage. Look, he took on battle damage to get here.
I know.
Man, he must have been partying really well. Oh, gosh, that's awesome, man. I'm glad.
Oh, yes.
I've been playing too much with the AI today.
Oh, I know. That intro was on fire today. I loved it.
Yeah, I had fun with it, actually. I like the song. I was like,
Well, I love the moonshot. That was really good too.
oh yeah, sitting on the thing. I like that. I actually like that face, like profile. That looked really good. The astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that symbol's floating inside of it. I like it. That's it. If anybody's interested, just randomly noting this, those are through Pixverse. Now you have to pay when you're using it, but and sometimes it'll do weird stuff when you're getting used to it. That's how we got the ostrich of shame to move and all that stuff, you know.
Oh, I mean, ostrich of shame. I love that.
Ostracized.
I love that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. See, most of the time I just hear you and Megan, and I don't see all the
like
images.
They're like, oh yeah, what? Megan. That was for Megan.
oh, it's beautiful.
There's the tug of war. Give me that. Ow.
Love it.
I love them, man. The only thing that sucks about StreamYard is I only put 100 things in here, and I've been using this thing for years. So there's all kinds of crap inside of here. I have to constantly shuffle stuff in and out.
Yeah, mine is the same way. It's like I've got a few set, but they get shuffled in and out so much it's insane.
Now, as part of the roast me too, I can't pull up. What's really crazy is I can't pull up the one that's aimed at me. Again, it really, if I was filing it in a courtroom, I would say that it's a death threat. That's the way the facial structure is. You've seen the ones with the different facial like pictures and stuff. Let me see.
Oh yeah.
So the one with myself down at the bottom, you should, if you haven't looked at that glass, you look at it. It looks like it looks like it's been murdered. Again, this is somebody that's suing you. So, it's like, wait a minute, that's pretty messed up. But while she's doing this stuff, she posts all these shorts. Now, she's removed some of these too, which that's another issue. I mean, there's a word for that. It's a big no-no to delete evidence, but she deletes a lot of stuff.
Well, speaking of deleting evidence, I believe that the Legally Leslie and Hot Lips channels are both gone off of YouTube now.
The Hot Lips one is? Really?
Yeah, both of them. Are they gone or are they still there?
Have they been renamed? Or I don't know. I haven't checked.
I don't know. I'm gonna
let me check. I'll look at the
look.
I can check real quick.
Or did she get them deleted on? Did she get in trouble? Because I don't really.
Now that one channel, what's really interesting about her Hot Lip, I guess it's the Hot Lips one, is that she had a video that was taken down off of that. It was a Jeremy Hale's one, and she went and re-uploaded it, admitting this, by the way. She went and re-uploaded it to her website. So she admitted that it was flagged down for harassment, which that's what it's flagged down for. I know, because I've got the receipt for that. And God, man, let me see.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a rename too.
Could be.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think they're gone. It looks like.
Well, you know what, lady? Like I said, they threw a fit and stuff. I take heavy offense to someone saying that they're going to dox people that I know. And the threats and everything else that came up with that. Oh yeah. See, they wanted to put you in a weird quandary too, because she made false police reports saying that you were making threats with that letter that obviously doesn't have any threats in it. And you can't, if you contact the police about it and are like, this person is making false, reports about this or whatever, you have to add a name to it. And they know that, so I thought, well, there are a lot of things out there about that person themselves, the stuff that their life isn't this wonderful little picture that they want to show people. I mean, again, there's some horrible stuff, some stuff I don't know, again, how to bring up quite yet, because it reflects back on the people that she's aimed things at. There are a lot of people she's left in her wake, and unfortunately, I'm not sure how to bring all of those in. But at a certain point, I mean, again, she's threatening. She's going to expose you. Really? She really wants to go that route? Because I mean, if you're talking about applying a magnifying glass or a microscope to somebody, yeah, there's a lot. Bakers say what again?
I'm very confused of why she would take me saying that if you come and dox me, that bad things are going to happen to me And that would be a bad route to take down as a threat to her. That's what I don't understand is whenever I'm putting out on the internet, please don't go down this route, because once you do, you'll put things in motion that can't be stopped. And it's not me that's going to do anything. That's the problem is my hands are tied at that point. It's just,
dude. I no, you know what? You're allowed to have a reaction to somebody. If somebody's going to threaten you, they're going to put people that you care about in crosshairs. They want to brag about this shit, make a video. By the way, Leslie, you delete your channel. Who gives a shit? Archived it. It's all archived, lady. We're not fucking stupid here. You keep deleting stuff. You keep coming back. You keep trying to play the victim. But, I mean, we're talking hundreds of fucking screens, probably thousands by now on her stuff. Timelines. Like her bullshit timeline. No.
I saw her timeline. I was like, should we? Hey, maybe that's what we could talk about whenever we have that nice sit down, is we can talk about timelines. We can talk about how some of those things don't quite add up.
Oh yeah, that I would love to put that stuff in a courtroom. Again, if I have to waste my time and money to get there, I will crowdfund. But and again, I appreciate people; they will definitely help out with that. And like I said, I do appreciate that. People will not let you hang. They will help you with it. They'll come out of pocket, but they'll come out of pocket on the back end of it.
Well, I wonder if maybe she didn't get her channels just flagged again. Because I mean that's what happened to a couple of those, right? With their other channels.
Yes. She did get her. Let me check this.
Because I would think that she probably got those completely gone.
I have not seen anything that's come in the last day. Let me not tell you something. No, she deleted her channel.
It's a delete, not a removal.
It's looking like it. It looks like she removed her channel. I'm just going to say, because typically when things go like that, if there's something that's live that's been reported, I reported a couple of it. You know what? These people are mass flagging. She admitted mass flagging. Fuck her then. You know what? Yeah. I'm tired of playing this game. The only way these people learn is you fight fire with fire. If they want to flag shit, fine. They want to call for mass flagging, fine. I'll play that way then. They want to say, well, it'd be a shame if your channel fell down the steps and broke its legs, I mean, come on. And I did. I flagged some of her shit, I for real did, In fact, I hid some of it. I know. I made contact because I get told about that. And she called for mass flagging of channels there. And you know what? These people, they want to act like nut jobs. They want to talk about flagging. Well, I'll flag actual harassing content. And apparently YouTube agreed about some of it.
Yeah, and they will. If they see something that's harassing content, they will remove it really quick. They don't play.
Yeah, they just have to get around to reviewing it. That's the problem. But
that is true.
I'd been very patient with all these idiots out there, like the Hales and all these weirdos. I haven't messed with them, but I wondered if she had renamed her channel too. Like, let me see if she's, I don't see anything there. There could have been a channel rename though, where it messes with the redirection. That used to work. I don't know if that happens anymore. Or she could have just deleted everything again. See, she did that for her victim narrative last time. She was like, oh, I disappeared. But you know what? She is what do they call those things? An attention hua. And she can't stand not having that. She's been getting attention. She runs so many fucking sock accounts and stuff. I mean, it is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was pretty stupid of her to create the shizzywiznut.com because
Oh, that
I
was
mean,
dumb. While suing you.
yeah, I mean that just shows that she's intentionally cyber stalking me. I mean, that's all it shows.
If you didn't get that recorded, by the way, I've got it. I got all that archived too. You know?
Oh yeah, I've got it.
Okay. I just making sure. If you didn't, I got it. And I'm sure if I didn't get it and you didn't get it, like there's an army of people out there too.
Oh,
I know.
I've got all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, man. I was transferring over. So today I was like, well, I'm going to transfer my documents that are on just the stuff that's on my desktop, nothing off my phone or anything else. I'm going to make sure all of that, it's backed up yet again. I already have it on a drive, but I was like, well, I'm going to drop it in my Dropbox too. Yeah, I was like, well, I didn't realize there were like just in that alone there are 3,000 files. I was like, good God.
Oh yeah, I mean, I went back and I started looking at how many letters I've written. I was like, holy cow, this is a lot of letters.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like evidence against them. I haven't even gotten into the creations or anything like that.
Oh, I know.
Just high value stuff, things that like when I went through for a few weeks, when I would be on with Megan, that's what you'd hear me typing every time. And that's what I do. I go through and I organize everything. And
I love that. I love that because I'm so disorganized a lot of times, but this has forced me to get more organized with all of my documents, placing them where they need to be. I mean, like I said, just my letters alone, we're well into the thousands. Like it's up there. Some of them I've never even released just because I didn't think they were appropriate, if that makes any sense.
It does.
So I've got those, and then I went and pulled, all of the documents that I have on these loons. It is amazing. Just the amount, and going through it, just spend taking an hour every day and reorganizing them, because what you didn't think was important last week all of a sudden becomes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly, man. I've been noticing that too. There are a lot of things I'm just keeping, even if I think something has no value. I've been keeping it, and I've been better about putting dates with screenshots.
Yeah. I've been getting better with that also. Especially whenever you start pulling down a 300 page document,
right.
or you're just sitting there going, okay, so what exactly is this document tied to, and how is it relevant? Why was I looking at it in the first place? I mean, it has forced me to organize my thinking quite a bit more. It's a lot.
I've started going into I want to find something too, and usually you don't have that much of a problem finding something. Like roast me, for example. Typically I might create a folder and drop everything on, say, Bruce. I drop everything in there, but right. I've had to subfolder, and then on top of that, things that I pull up a lot, then I've actually had to name the files as well. Like I named those roast me, and I keyword the people into them as well. But on top of that, now I've started putting dates with them too. This is crazy. But what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I don't just lawsuit proof myself, because these people, again, the roast me stuff from her, that is a get out of lawsuit free card. Oh, yeah. And well, there's more.
Her creating the shizzywiznut.com, that right there, just like, okay.
But these right here, I thought were amazing. I can't show you the bottom ones because the one that's meant, like I would probably get flagged for it, But you got to think, okay, these people right here are in the lawsuit. She's put their faces on here. She's tagging people in, and she's telling them she's hungry for content. She wants them to roast her. But on the one for me, yeah, she she seems to have gotten a little carried away there. And like I said, if I talk to a judge about that, it'd be real funny to see her try to correct that and be like, no, it's actually this other awful thing. But it looks like a death threat. Like most people, if you see it, you'd be like, yeah, that looks like a death threat.
What? Flex says she's so stupid. She's beyond stupid. I mean, it is to the point of psychosis. I mean, I've known some pretty wild and wacky people whenever I was, playing music. It is amazing that I even that I would even respond to her, because normally whenever I would see something like this, I would just ignore it, like because it's like the rantings of a lunatic, and you just don't engage with someone that's that far gone. You just go, okay, well, you got your issues.
You know what? I'm not gonna have somebody out crazy, man. You're gonna like, it's no excuse for me. I don't give a shit. I'll take everybody. You want to come at me? Fuck you. I have no line. I am all takers, all makers. I will wreck a mofo. Just don't care anymore. I've been doing this long enough. Like I was talking about this the other day. With Jay, for example, Jay's he reminds me of me when I started out, more idealistic, more like, yeah, I'll talk to these people. I'll try to find a middle ground and stuff. No, I've learned like these people, there is no middle ground. There's no middle ground with crazy, it just doesn't work. What they wanted, she made it really clear. Like when she removed him, she was still making threats. She meant to hold that over his head for 2 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was very obvious. As soon as I saw that was happening, I was like, oh no, she's not removing anybody. She's not removing Tug and Megan. She's just recouping is all she's doing.
She thought she was putting on a show. And weirdly enough, she, in her mind, I think sometimes maybe she believes this stupid. Maybe she really was that bad as a lawyer. Maybe. Because she was like, if I have to add you again, the judge will be very angry. Well, I'm sorry. That makes her sound better. It was more like, if I totally have to add you again, you'll be angry.
If I get angry, I might have to add you again. Don't make me add you again, because when I do it, it's gonna make the judge so angry.
You realize that she's almost 50, right? And again, nothing wrong with being 50. I'm just saying the attitude there, parent, all of this other stuff. You would think we were dealing with maybe a 20-year-old right in there, because the mentality here. No, you're dealing with somebody. If they haven't learned by then, they're never gonna learn.
Yeah. Oh. But
she's also been able to do this over and over and over. I loved the Jeremy reaction. Jeremy was like, "No, lady, I'm everything. You don't even have to serve me. I'm right here, right here. I'm in this. I'm in it to win it. Let's go."
Yeah.
People were asking too. They were saying, "Well, why don't all you guys do that?" No, she's gonna spend money if she wants to serve. she gets to spend the money for it.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, same here. I mean, if she truly wants to pursue that, she's gonna have to serve me personally. Mm-hmm. Which I think would be a waste of time, because she's got no sort of case whatsoever. So I don't see that's. She would just be smart just to drop it and enjoy the 2 minutes of fame that she's getting out of all of this.
I noticed too something. So old Volpe was trying to make up some crazy shit about me, trying to spread this crazy fucked up stuff, and I was like, that's really weird, considering. I read something really interesting about him standing over a woman in a home that he didn't own and watching her sleep.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's following up on that, because it's like, So let's see who can find the most interesting story. Yeah. And tie it to something, Yeah. That what these people do though, what they really want to do to Shizzy. I hope people understand this out here. They don't want to find him. What they want to do is find his name because they hope that they can stick something to it. They want to put awful things attached to his name. They'll just make up shit. If they can't find things on you, you're dealing with like some of the shittiest low lives ever. Like for me, I don't care. What are you going to do to me? Again, you're more likely to defame again a Harry Potter actor because I share a name with a Harry Potter actor. I have a pretty common name. So, although I don't know, nowadays I'm hearing my name is Mathin, so that's a little. Little different.
I if they want to, they can just mail it out to John, middle name Dill, last name Doe. There you go.
Oh, that's nice of you to help them out.
I think they would appreciate that, Yeah. Or it could be John Smith. I mean, it could be Jane Doe. For all you know, I'm actually just an avatar, and I'm really actually a large black gay woman. You never know.
Lips other channel. Wait, she had her channel. Yeah, I don't think she had her channel knocked out though. Okay, I think she removed it. See, she removed her channels, at least some of them before. Like she had one of them hit, but I don't think it was deleted. I think her channel got hit. Now her channels again, where she's uploading all of that AI crazy shit with like Jeremy Hales using his face and stuff. That is harassment here, like the way she's doing it. You're not just talking about an overblown image, Now, Jeremy Hale, it's funny because they always talk about Jeremy Hale saying that he's a false flagger and he takes channels down, all this and that, but he had everything. He could have taken those channels down with. It probably wouldn't have taken him that long, but he didn't. He actually didn't. He probably thought there was more value in it to use it for the courtroom.
Yeah, I mean, she's got something that I'm not sure. I guess the best description I can give being a mechanic is I think one of the valves bent.
I'm like, man, how much glue do you have to sniff? How much paste do you have to eat before you get to that point? Oh my God. The answer is like more. More.
I'm just picturing those lips eating on the paste and just getting
it's bad when you tell her when you're like, hey, this person's bumping their gums. I never imagined that being like an excavator, like digging at the ground, or an inner tube blowing out until recently. Mm-hmm.
She ever face plants, she'll just bounce right back up.
Face plant. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm just picturing that one of those lips blowing out. Just
It does. That reminds me of like an inner tube that is blown out,
Oh yeah, where it or a tire, whenever you get one of those eggs in the side of it from hitting a curb, where it just sort of expands out in like a really odd shape. Yeah.
If this sounds mean to you, by the way, folks, if you look at some of the stuff that this lady has put up about every person around, it's like, okay, she asked for a ride. This is just middle school, like bullshit, dude. This isn't even like high value insult.
Oh no, I mean the amount of insults that if I really wanted to get insulting, that wouldn't be hard. I mean, she just leaves herself.
Oh my God. She's a mess though, for real. She is a hot fucking mess. Yeah.
Well, them stretch marks don't lie.
It's just somebody was like, maybe that's a face filter, because you can see the filter on a lot of our live streams. I like it when it messes up, by the way. If you really want to play a fun game, what you do when she moves around with the camera or anything, watch when the face filter fails. Then you get to see like how fucked up stuff really is.
Or if you really want to know what it looks like, you just put that filter that ages person, and you pretty much get a true look of what, of all the wrinkles and cracks there.
I figure like if flat Earth was a look, that's what it would look like,
I was thinking more like the rings of Saturn.
The rings of Saturn. Oh my God. I'm seeing some crackheaded stuff coming out of that though. Suing over off my meds. That it was really telling when they were having trouble spinning it over on with paint chips and Darth Touch. They were like, you can't sue over that. You can't sue over. And then they would try to spin it. Well, maybe you can with this one. I was like, oh, come on, dude.
Yeah, that's just silliness. Let's see. They're wanting a letter. Let me see if I have anything available for them, because you know how chat gets all fickle. They love those letters.
Yeah, I was running off a Raider real quick.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. You take care of that.
You should hear the back. I was like, no. She brought a pillow down. She was like, I'm gonna sit down here. And I was like, you're not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah. Like, that's gotta work. She's like, we're going somewhere tomorrow, right? I was like, well, if we work, make some cheddar, that's how we go.
Yeah, I'm the wife.
I liked your letter though. I like how she quotes. Well, let me pull up the letter where she's talking about you. I think that's the best way, because she's trying to say that you're threatening her. And I thought, if anything, again, you were talking about her putting a bullseye on your family, and I mean, how dangerous this is.
Yeah, that letter wasn't about her at all. So,
but I mean, they think that you have to sit on your hands and wait for them to be nasty and try to take aim at your family. And no way, no way. Of course, yeah. You know what? If you didn't fucking make a statement back to that, I certainly would.
Well, I did. I mean, I
when she was like, you. I thought your statement was. It's interesting. She would put this. It's just like the Jeremy Hale stuff that she put in legal filings. I was like, did you really just put that in a filing? That doesn't make them look bad. It actually makes her look bad. Like in the Jeremy Hale's one, for example, where he's like, this person, they're a vexatious litigant. Look, here's proof. And she's like, oh my God, it's going after my family. But I would pull up the Hale's one first while we're talking.
Oh, you should.
I haven't even gotten to talk to you about this at all. So there's just so much of it.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh God, that one.
Yeah. Oh. So this is what she I couldn't believe she put this into a document. She took the information, scratched it out, because she was saying that public records, remember, public records, you can talk about them according to her.
Oh, unless I did find out last night that Max is the one that scratched that out.
Oh, he is the one that scratched it out. Okay.
Yeah, Max is the one that scratched that out.
Okay.
So I do apologize. I found that out. I was like, oh, I had
no, that's good actually. I mean, I'm glad he did. That way I didn't have to do it, because I would have, it's not that it can't be shared. It's just that these people are false flagging weirdos. Even though they made it clear.
Max is saying I didn't. Okay. I don't know. I'm so confused.
I'm so confused, Max. I said yesterday, maybe that's from me, because I said he did it. And then yesterday, it was like, no, he didn't. I understood he didn't. But then you said that. I was like, well, maybe I don't know. And it's been It's been one of those months.
Oh.
But she said, as far as her press releases, you know, with milquetoast, she said, and I like to quote this every time because this is her legal, not legal authority. You know, this is her legal advice that she says, wink, wink, it's not legal advice. She said, opinions and value judgments, they're protected. And they are, by the way. She said, opinions, even harsh or negative ones, are not defamation. The Supreme Court has ruled there is no such thing as a false idea. And also that, quote, pure opinion is protected by the First Amendment. It's not actionable. It's defamation, which is fascinating. Again, you could call her an idiot or a failed lawyer, which she's suing over. That is 100% an opinion or a value judgment.
Yeah.
So she knows this with other people, but she's not used to it. You'll find this with this whole nest of vipers over there. They're not accustomed to people giving them negative feedback, because if they do, they've always been able to knock them back in their place by threatening them with lawfare. You know, I'll sue you over it, even though it's bullshit lawsuit. They didn't care. They would use their law license or any kind of knowledge of the law to do that. You know, the document dump. They act like crazy people. And she also noted, though, on reporting on public proceedings is protected. So she said when she was talking about the material from Hale's, you know, and that included she hosted his divorce records. So that was protected. So it's okay for her. And she did host them on website, you know, 100%. I showed the archive for that. I archived all of her her bullshit with it. Weirdly enough, you know, she left up bully exterminators. I expected her to ghost that website before we could hit her. Leslie, I'm going to make fun of you for a minute. All right. Because if you would have ghosted that website, it would have made it a little bit more difficult for us to connect all the dots that surrounded it. Wouldn't have stopped us, but it would slowed us down a little bit, maybe. But when you left it up, you didn't showcase, oh, look at me, I'm big and mighty. No, what you did is you didn't leave a breadcrumb. You dropped a whole fucking convenience store right there, and we just got to snack on the morsels. And it let us tie in every fucking website that you put together, everything else. So you should have deleted the thing, but you didn't. And we're still using it. We're still in the convenience store, morons. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm
excitable today, man.
Well, and you know, part of the reason for doing all of this, all right, for, you know, especially going up and creating the ShizzyWizNut.com, you know, she's basically trying to take over my public persona because she wants me to come out and go after her. And that's what she's asking for. She's asking for me to come after her, which means I have to use my real name. But the thing is this does nothing except prove my point that she's cyber stalking me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
I think it's because a certain guy has been bringing in bullies for hire. You know, he's been bringing in harassers for hire, and he hates specific people. And you notice they hyper fixate on certain people that they hate. Like me, they pretty much leave me alone. I'm always amazed by that. I'm like, I'm kind of an asshole, you know. But hey, you know, I'm not the person they fixate on as much. Like Megan's hyper fixated on by them, and you notice they go after her again and again. Shizzy, he hates you. He fucking hates you, especially after that bar letter writing campaign.
Yes, he did not. He lost his mind over that. I mean, within seconds, he was just like, "You can't listen to this guy. He's a drunk." It's like, what?
Well, I was like, why do you keep tagging this guy in? Because the first time he did it, you know, he tried with the mac and cheese thing, and you totally owned him in it. That was so fun. That was my first introduction to Shizzy WizNut. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. You know, this is so funny. And He's still adding you to communications. It's like, why would you do that? Because I mean, you embarrassed the shit out of him with that. You could tell he hated you from that moment, though. There, he wanted you, and I firmly believe that certain ringleaders want you doxxed. The thing is, though, the people also don't understand this. Like people who have come after me, again, there are people that like to talk about just crazy shit that folks like to make up about me. The one truth that you can take from those people, people who talk about me is they talk about how mean I am. He harassed me for years. For years, yeah, mother. You're going to call the police where I live and tell them there's bodies on property? You better fucking believe. Yeah. Who doxed me? Fuck yeah. You call again. The person who did that, you have the audacity to whine that I'm going to react. You're going to call the police and be like, there's bodies on property. What? You get somebody killed that way. Yeah, I'm going to react. And I'm going to react forever. But that's what these people want to do. They want to do stuff like that to you. And
I'm not sure they really want to get a reaction.
They really don't. They have no idea. You're pretty calm. You have certain things that they're not. It's not a negative holdback. When I say this, I don't mean it as a negative, but there are people you care about, and you don't push that envelope so far. But if they just force everything out there, again, they can cause you a problem for a week, maybe, the stress in the moment, but after that week.
Well, that's the thing. Having my name out there doesn't hurt me. I mean, that's the thing. Having my name out there doesn't hurt me. It hurts other people. And I don't think these people understand that, because I'll be fine. I mean, that doesn't bother me. What concerns me as people that are associated with me,
right? That
it's not that they have anything to hide. It just puts them in harm's way, but they don't seem to understand this. And if this does happen, it becomes a very, very touchy situation that they're going to have a lot to answer for. Like I said, they'll put something in motion that I won't be able to stop. And when that happens, it's on them. Anything that happens after that,
if they dox you, that if you're not going to be alone in your reaction, and they may curse your name, but they will talk about me like I'm the fucking devil. I will tell you, they will. Some of them, I'm telling you, you go to all the boogeyman rumors and stuff. The one thing you will find out is that if I need to be reactive, I am very reactive. And that. Remember when people talk about that? That's when I had a day job. That's when I had some mooring where I was like, I've got to control myself a little bit. I don't have to anymore. I'm going to do anything in the law. I'm not going to go outside of the law or anything, but there's a lot that you can do. I won't sue you. That's not going to be me. Again, when I say that, I'm not being rude to Jeremy or anything either, because Jeremy, he's in a weird situation. He has a bunch of crazy people living across the street from him. He has people whittling away his businesses. I mean, he very much needs to sue these people. But I'm not in that position. I just, I'll make my presence known. They will curse me like the devil.
I've seen some of your work. I mean, it's not
glorious. I love it. I love it. I love that you lean into the persona. They're like, you're the boogeyman. You're an internet villain. These people like talking about you like you're an internet villain. So be an internet villain.
Oh, I don't think they want me to be an internet villain. That's that's too easy. Being mean and cruel is one of the easiest things. Being nice to people and helping them and wishing them to prosper. That right there, that is difficult, because
I've never had people personalize stuff like these folks do. Even with the like the Amber Heardies, for example. Those people did some crazy, whacked out stuff. But these people, they've crossed a line like way too far with a lot of folks. And the only reason I haven't reacted, I'm going to say, I haven't turned the volume up, I guess. It's because certain people asked me not to, even though they did some awful things to it. They were like, no, that's okay. Because they'd have been like, no. But again, I will put that line in the sand. They dox you, man. All right. That's fine. Just be prepared, you know. I'm sitting on like interviews and other stuff that I already have on some of these people. They don't know. They have a long line of lists. Every one of them does. Like, that's the thing. Even though you haven't found everything on some of these people, or we haven't, they have a long line of people. We're not talking about like internet rumor people. We're talking about neighbors. We're talking about victims. And these people will talk to you. And what you start finding out is you find out some of that real baggage. Again, not made up bullshit on the internet, but real things. And God, I kind of
real
want that
and verifiable and comes with proof, irrefutable proof.
Yeah.
Like that's where they I don't think they understand how much is out there on them. And of course they will continue. They'll continue until it comes out, and then they'll play the victim again.
I think they will leave the whole fucking web after some of the stuff that comes out about them. I think some of them will quit the internet.
Yeah, that would,
honestly. Look at this, though. This is that Jeremy Hale's one. Before I forget, I do want to pull this up.
Yes.
So he put up this document, right? And he noted this. I can't believe, again, they put this in a filing. The woman who wrote the attached public document is harassing us daily and has filed a frivolous lawsuit against us. Now, with public records like this, so much more will be exposed in the lawsuit. And then it goes, she finishes that. She is being countersued and will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Let this be yet another lesson to those that want to use us and abuse our name for their own profit and fame. You will be in court. Now, there's nothing in there that is illegal. She's trying to say, just like with you, she titled this, give me a second. She titled this Jeremy Hale's, and of course they use George's entire name because they always do that. Mm-hmm. See, the stuff like that, again, like that right there, if it was somebody attached to me, and again, this isn't coming about Jeremy, he's in the middle of litigation here. My response, though, would be probably extreme. You know, if they pointed at somebody near me, I'd probably point at someone near them. You know, I'm just saying. But publishing private information about plaintiff and her family. So she's saying that those documents are private information, even though she posted Jeremy Hale's divorce records herself.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is it's easily verified. Like, they pretend they didn't do all that stuff. They didn't somehow go and talk to his kids. They have gone so far out of line with some of that. And again, some of these people, I'm considering some of the skeletons that we know are in some of these people's closets. I'm stunned they would choose those avenues to go down.
Oh.
Yeah. See, this is her website. This is a piece of it. Now, the archive itself, the whole archive's right here. If you're on Facebook, you know, you can go there and you want to look up the entire archive for the, now it doesn't have all the documents. I'm not going to repost all the documents that are attached to it, but it has the archive of the website itself. But all the documents that were there, they've also been gathered, you know, all of that. But I don't want to repost that because it's not just Jeremy Hales that took aim at. It took aim at 49 pages of other random people in one instance, you know.
Well, and that's the other thing is not only have they gone after Jeremy, but they've gone after his ex-wife, gone after his children, and they don't seem to understand that in the attacks that they're doing, that there's other people involved. Because they're looking to they think that if they can harm Jeremy's family, that it's going to harm him, and they don't realize that it harms him, mentally, but the damage that they're doing to those other people is much greater than any and that's why it hurts him to see those kinds of things happen. It's a really idiotic way to go after somebody, going after their family. That's the kind of gangster stuff that you don't want to see happen.
They set a precedent. Yeah, they set that precedent. And, it doesn't even have to be you. There's a third element. We've talked about that. And you've been on the internet for a while, and you've dealt with the elements that come in. I don't want to say certain website names or anything, but there's, like in this, if you wanted to say pro or con of Jeremy Hales, you have the anti-ecosystem. You have people that, again, they look at what Jeremy has there, or they actually look at the proof and they're like, okay. Well, then there's that element that just likes chaos. And they've invited that element. In fact, some of them have quite literally invited some of these people in. And those people will turn on you in a heartbeat. They will dox your families. They will harass you until they will make paint chips look like a fucking saint, They think they're the big kids on the block, because just because this dumb fat ass got caught and put in jail doesn't mean he's the big badass bully on the block.
No. No, he is a how's the best way to put this? He's a prison bitch, I guess is the best way to put it. I can't think of a nicer way to put it. I mean, by his own admission, he is a prison bitch, and that's where he eventually will find himself back there, being just the same kind of person.
I feel like he wants to go back there sometimes. It's very strange, Like if I ever had a problem like that, I would do everything in my power not to go back there, That would make everything I've ever heard or seen about jail, it makes me think, oh, gross, I don't want to be there. And then when you're adding in stories about, well, let's just say the shower scene is real, when you're adding in your own shower scenes, your own soap dropping scenes, you would think you wouldn't want to go back to that, but it's like they speed run it.
Well, he misses his cuddle buddy. You know that. He just wants to get right back in there and get all cuddled and snuggled up and feel the warmth of another man's sweaty breath on his back.
So much fun. I don't know. Maybe I don't get it, man. I don't.
Oh. Well,
I'm surprised. Who really surprises me in all of that is BBB, because he thinks so highly of himself, recruiting pieces of shit like that, and it's like, are you kidding me, man? One day somebody's going to be reactive. See, he didn't like it when somebody dared to mention the public work schedule of somebody around him. Like, he threw an absolute shit fit out of that. But look at what he has brought to other people. Like Megan, for example. Look what the piece of shit he brought in did with her. I mean, imagine if the tables would have been turned. And again, I am not saying to do that in any way, shape, or form. I'm just,
he invited that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody should be doxing anybody. I think that's absolutely horrible. But you have to understand that he made a claim. He made a claim to the court that his wife was injured and couldn't, therefore he had to take care of everything and right. couldn't travel. And what it turned out is that no, she was not injured and she was constantly working. And then all of a sudden you notice how the whole narrative changed. Oh, they're doxing me now. That's untrue. They just found that she was absolutely fine. There was nothing wrong with her. He was making a lie, no different than he does every time that he opens up those jaws of his, you know, and spews out something underneath that enormous nose. It is a lie. He does. I don't think he knows how to tell the truth or even what the truth is. You know, and I say that he is actually probably could be a really damn good attorney. The only problem is he uses that intelligence to lie and create more problems. I think maybe maybe he wants to spend time with Bubba too. It's the only thing I could figure.
I'm looking at people talking about the channel thing right now. I think that she took her channels down. I don't think it was a takedown.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't know. There's a possibility.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
I mean, there's always a possibility that she got it taken down for what she gave to the flea. You know.
Man, like these people are so stupid though.
Well, I mean, if it gives you any idea how stupid they are, I mean, the filing the flea one threw out there to the court was, I mean, the judge looked at it was just like, okay, this makes no sense, but okay.
It was so bad. I am going to go over that this weekend. You know, I was going to not go over that today, but after I started looking at stuff, I was like, you know what? It'd be more fun just to have Shizzy on with bullshit for a little bit, you know, and kind of just demolish this idea that, you know, they're shopping. The ecosystem amazes me because I'll look at, you know, again, I'll get screenshots and I'll look at people's comments and they'll say things like, oh, Lisa, I don't ever watch any of the stuff they do. I just watch you guys. And like, are you kidding me? You people aren't reading anything that has anything to do with the cases. You are eating up pure PR. Like just.
I don't think they've ever read one single pleading all the way through. They
No,
handpick out what Bruce tells them, and then that's it. That's as far as they go.
Yep.
So, like, forgive me if maybe I'm missing something here, but if you can't read through a court document and even slightly comprehend what it says, then why even bother? Why not just go find some, like, you know, Chinese crystals to sell? I don't care. I mean.
Because old daddy will put his backhand to it. You know, that's the problem. He keeps them in their place real well. You know, all of them, true. It sounds like all of these fucking losers are kept in line.
Yeah, he keeps the chain pretty tight on them, but I think they like it like that.
I think it's not just them. I think on LP and on Cook. I mean, all these weak ass, because again, explain to me, and I hope Cook and Preston hear this, that Preston's posting about, I'm going to get my voice back. Oh, I'm going to say whatever. Well, yeah, it took you 3 days to remove that shit. 3 days. And what they were like, oh my God, they're Muppets in the chat. You know, actually people were listening to you. And they were like, yeah, you know what? Regardless, there's a lot of money that exchanged hands, and there's no way in fuck that all that money ended up there. Not to mention, they make a lot of money not talking about you. They don't talk about you anymore. They have dumped you by the wayside, lady. You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's now their show. It's about their victimhood. They are fundraising for themselves, and you don't matter anymore. Yes, they may have got you some money in the past, but that's the fucking past.
Exactly. Because any money that they're raising now is for them. Every single penny that they're raising is going to support their legal fund, and they do not care about you. And if you post in anything They want to make sure that that goes away because it ruins the amount of money that they can make in. Now they'll say, "Oh, we got who's got the purse strings? Tell me you've got the purse strings for your attorney. Tell me that you have the purse strings for your attorney. That Bruce has been saying, oh, I got raised money."
She
for
didn't
their
even
attorney.
understand the contract that she was signing. If you read the communications that Sharp put up, her video, she didn't understand how 60-40 worked. So she's to the point she doesn't even understand it. But one of the people who's deciphering that for her, well, one of the people that's actually involved in making the 40%. Maybe she should think about that for a minute. Would they have any incentive to perhaps not tell you everything, including the risk associated? Like, again, I've listened to these idiots talk about third-party violations in Ohio, and they keep saying publicly that third-party violations are direct communication. No, indirect is part of it. Just look it up. You soliciting, like when you solicited lips and you had Fat Boy get involved and all of that, he liked your post for it. That's third-party violation right there. Now, you haven't been violated yet because you got to go through the court, but I am damn sure that he'll end up bringing some of that stuff. There is no way he wouldn't. I mean, I'm not speaking on that with, I know that for a fact. I'm saying, looking at it, there's no way. They talk about how litigious he is. They complain about it. They don't think he's planning on bringing this stuff forward. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It breaks them.
Well, I think you were on it when you were talking about their grift. They have a grip. They needed her at one time. They needed the cameras and stuff because without her, they didn't have a way to take aim at Jeremy Hales. They had no direct path to him. But now that they've worked hard enough to get themselves into the lawsuit, again, how will a lawsuit come out? I don't know. Honestly, let's be honest. You don't know how one will go. I think there's a good case to be made against them. Hopefully you will see justice, but it's slow. It's very slow. During that slow time, they're going to do God knows what. They're going to make money, and not a dime of that is going to LMNOP.
Oh,
maybe she'll get some shitty rocks or something, but
well, they'll throw her a bone every so often. But it goes back to there was this vet that had this couple come along, and it was a big deal because they set up this GoFundMe for this guy, and they raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then this guy wanted to get his money, and so he sued him for it. And come to find out, they spent something like $200,000 just in Vegas.
Yeah.
And this guy ended up spending time in prison also because they were lying to people. He was not homeless. I
remember that whole mess there. I actually do remember that when all the cards came crashing down.
Oh yeah,
well,
there was prison time for that. I don't think they understand what they're doing. That they're doing the same grift. They're just doing it on a much smaller level.
I think they do know exactly what they're doing. I think you're dealing with people who have, well, if you look at past, they have done some pretty shady shit, so I do think some of these people, they know that, but they managed to sell. And in fact, I have no empathy for fucking Preston getting scammed in this. I feel like Preston, she's getting her just desserts. If they scam her out of money, but you think about it, Preston, they've been saying that they're going to hold your money. They're going to divvy or dole it out for whatever's necessary or needed. They're not coming off the funding for you. They're not putting it in your hands. They're treating you just like like a paint chips or someone else might do if they got control over someone.
Oh, that brings a very interesting question, because how would you go about doing that? Saying we want to make sure that the money gets to the right people. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. We'll get the money to the right people. There's multiple ways that they can say this to keep her in line and say, yeah, you know, if you bring any of this up, you're going to be just as complicit in it as us. Because we knew that it wasn't quite on the up and up. Yeah, but see, if I hold the money, then you can't get taxed on it. You know,
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
so crazy.
I know all of the little games that they play. This is how scam artists work. They're like, we'll take care of you. We've got you covered. Don't worry about a thing.
Yep.
And
Wink, wink, nod, nod. It's all good to go.
yeah, we'll hide the money for you. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I bet you'll hide that money. like, how do you think we get those new computers? You know, it's not like I have a real job or anything.
Well, at the end of the day, you're talking about more money than any of these people have probably ever seen before. And yeah, if we were talking about people holding my money, would these be people that you would let hold your money? You know?
No, I mean, I let my wife hold my money, but you know, we're married and we trust each other.
That's a big difference there. I mean, there are very few people I would let into my bank account, you know, and these folks, I would never let them in, you know.
No, not for a second. Oh,
Well, no matter what I think about LP on there, like that is her money. You know, idiots gave it to her. I think those people are idiots for giving their money to her, but they still gave it to her. So that was supposed to be her money. What she's going to do is wake up and find that things aren't set up like. Who's she going to complain to? Is she going to admit that the money she didn't plan on paying taxes on, that she didn't get a hold of? What? Who are you going to complain to?
Yeah, that is going to be interesting, because whenever it, you know, it's like the guy that runs to the police and turns these guys in for robbing him of his drugs. Like,
well, no, it's not even that. Okay,
it's like, what do you think's going to happen?
Whose name's the PayPal in that people donate to?
Oh, that is wild. Huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you think about it, for real, whose name, channel-wise, does it say Lynette Preston on the channel? Does it say that on the Cash Apps and the Venmos and the PayPals or whatever the fuck they're using? No, it does not. So ultimately, they're going to pull the same thing that they've done from go. They say that money has been given to them to use how they think it should be used. How do they think it should be used? Well, here's you a little pittance. You know?
Oh, that brings up a very interesting question. Because I know that attorneys, whenever they do that kind of stuff, they have to create a trust. They have that money in a trust that only gets touched by the attorney, because they're ultimately responsible for it. So I wonder if that's why they set it up the way they did, is so that way he can still touch it as much as he wants to. They can touch as much as they want to, but there's no accountability if it just happens to go missing. There's a reason why those are set up for attorneys, which will get you disbarred in a heartbeat. I think maybe that would be interesting to do some research on. I think I know somebody.
Holy crap. I was reading a post. Somebody posted that Lips had sent an AI recorded threat to their phone. Essentially, what they're doing is they're going over to the Facebook page, and if they don't like someone, you know, like if they make a Muppet or something, they're sending them threats. So apparently, according to this post, she had sent this person and their significant other a text from a fake phone number saying that they were going to be sued. They sent their address to them. Again, they threatened them. She keeps threatening people. You know what? Like, I want to make this clear to any of you out there, too. If this person ever decides to go forward, nobody's going to stand alone. First of all, anybody, you made a Muppet? Are you kidding me? That's not actionable. You know, they want to threaten you to say that somehow in some way you're going to take a hit with that, or, you know, they're going to try to bleed you for finances. No, that ain't going to happen.
Well, and let me say this right now, so everybody is very clear on this. I don't email threats to people. I don't send. I'll never reach out to somebody and send them a threat. That is not something I will ever do. If anybody ever hears anything saying that I sent something to somebody threatening them, just know the only way that I'm going to communicate with you is going to be completely nice, respectful. I'm not going to ever send a threat. I'm never going to reach out and contact somebody that I have a problem with. I will handle it much other ways. I'll do an open letter or anything like that, and I'll do it on my on my stream. So if anybody ever comes back and says that I'm sending something to somebody or they're getting it from me, I'm telling you right now, there's only one place where I talk about any of this stuff, and that's on my YouTube channel. Or if I'm over on somebody else's and they ask me to speak of it, then I will. But I don't do those kinds of things. I'm saying that right now for everybody, so it's quite clear. If somebody ever hears of Shizzy Wiznut in any way, shape, or form sending out something, it wasn't me.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a difference in scams and being weird like that. But what these people are doing is they're essentially trying to add the fear of God to people that have never dealt with litigation. You know, by yourself. If you're just out there, you know, you're just random person X, you know, or I'm sorry, we'll go with the name in the lawsuit, John or Jane Doe, you know, 1 through 10. If they're trying to fill in the gap with you and they're trying to serve you, again, that kind of stuff, you can hit them hard for that, because they know. First of all, their claim is that there's some kind of conspiracy. Everybody's together. There's a subscriber conspiracy, although I don't understand how the Facebook people kind of work into that. I think part of her conspiracy is that Jeremy Hales controls that Facebook group that he doesn't control. He has no control over. Like,
I'm sure he would have, if he had control over it, he would have shut it down a long time ago.
He doesn't want anything to do with that. But I mean, they've doxed. Like her, she's doxed a few people now. Like, she's gone out of her way to do it, and it's nasty business. I would love to introduce all of that to show exactly how she has gone after just random folks. Well, again, and I mean, her own filings, they look like this. Like, I hope people understand this too. While she's screaming victim, she's like, well, this is me responding to people calling me an idiot. What? You know? I mean, I'm being attacked, therefore. And this is not even, this is the calmer stuff that she's done. You know? That's the really calm shit.
Nobody's attacking her.
Yeah, but okay, look, like, these are the people she's suing. You know, there are 3 people that she's suing that are attached to that. I was like, why would you put this in your filings, you moron? You know, you should at least make people work for it. She also, the DJ Radis stuff that I was talking about. So again, remember, she tagged him in, asked him to roast her, and now she's throwing a fit because she's being roasted.
I need to get myself an endorsement through Jeremy Hales too. Damn it. Is there a contract I can sign for this? Because this sounds awesome. Like, could you imagine getting like, it'd be like a Nike endorsement, you know?
Yeah, like a sponsorship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it, man. It's funny though. Being real for a minute, I've never taken a sponsor. I get sponsor offers, not from channels, but I get them from advertisers.
Yeah.
Never taken one yet, ever. Like,
I haven't either. I think I received one, and I just told them no. I mean, I that's not what my channel is about. I just don't believe in any of them. I mean, if it was something I believed in, then maybe.
Yeah, I've just never found anything I believe enough in there. Look, she's obsessed though. She throws in an Waterman, all the shit that she's done to her. She tries to play this victim card with these folks, and she puts in their emails. I mean, it's nuts, man. I couldn't believe that this was actually her filing too.
Oh my God.
She tries to make fun of like Ania. It's so.
I haven't gotten that far down in her insanity of pleadings, because they're so insane.
Oh, I love them. I think they're funny. I think they're really funny. I love reading them. I do. Her 100+ page document. It's so fucking wackadoodle, man.
Wow.
Have you not looked through the entire amendment?
I haven't looked through the exhibits yet.
Oh my God. They're so pathetic. Let's just flip through them. Okay. I want to show you her quote unquote proof. All right. This is what she's suing over. Okay. She says this isn't everything, but all right. So she says hate pages first, right? That this is her proof of quote unquote hate page. It is a Facebook group with 27 members that I believe is no longer there. I think it's defunct now, but it was called Legally Duckface Ellipse. It had her name on it. Now, almost everything in here are court documents. Now she says again, this is protected speech. There's nothing in this that is that is actionable in any way.
So did they take it down, or did Facebook take it down?
I believe they took it down. I believe they did, but I mean, I don't know. With mass flagging and stuff, who knows too?
Well,
they did.
See, anytime I see these kinds of things, because like I said, I don't do this kind of stuff. If I'm going to do something, I do it straight out. So whenever I see something like this, it makes me wonder, did somebody, create this, or did they create this themselves? Because they seem to.
That's what I wonder too. A lot of the anonymous harassment, I see what is her on accounts. There's a giveaway she has, like I said, and I'm sure it annoys her because she doesn't know what her giveaway is. It's not repetition or anything else, because I'm sure they try to. She has other problems, but you can tell like what account she's using, and there are plenty of them that she's using, not just under names, but again the anon accounts. And yeah, if she's doing that, who knows what she's supposed to do? She gives it away here. I mean, shit. So you see this, right? You see the screenshotting. You notice this right here, since I guess you've never have seen it yet. The comments. So this is the account screenshotting. That's the one she's using. Ashley Page. That's not her. Yeah, so she's using, that's one of her sock puppet accounts that she's used before. And it changes names here and there, but yeah, it's been in there. So there's those posts. She also, I feel so bad. How much So You Don't Have To. I mean,
yes.
God, look at that effort she put in there for this picture.
That is such hard work.
I know.
I mean, you can only polish a turd so much. I think she did a good job.
I really like it. It's got that. It's John Wayne Gacy-esque. I like it. He does. It really has that feel to it. Holy crap.
I wonder if she does have a John Wayne Gacy filter. I mean,
that's beautiful. I love it. I was like, man, I watch So You Don't Have To does art of all kinds of stuff. Like when she does stuff that's like related to me, she makes jokes about stuff all the time. One of the things that you learn online is that you grow thick skin. You laugh at stuff, and stuff is funny. Like, this is a funny person. They may take a jab at you, but hey, so what? Have fun with it. Love it.
I've read her stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So then there's the thumbnail. Her name's not on there. So I think that's interesting. I guess she's saying that to her. That Megan's there. Okay. All right. But again, saying somebody, there's no negative in that either. It's a Muppet. So what? Everybody loves Muppets. They're complaining because everybody wants to be a Muppet now, So obviously Muppets aren't negative. But aside from those two pictures, everything in here are her words. So all of this, somebody noted. So here's Ania saying she is a quote unquote permanently retired lawyer that is now part of the anti-Hale. That's true.
Yeah.
So all of this stuff here, there's nothing in that violates anything. She herself filed saying all of that stuff was okay to post. You can see these are actual court records. Those are allowed. You can post that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
These are her words. So you can see her own press releases. So this is a person noting her own press releases that she put in there. This is public information.
Yeah. And actually, even those documents are public information.
Yeah, it's all in public.
So here's where I think she doesn't understand is those documents that she's attempting to say they're sealed. If you look very closely at the coding on those are actually available. What happens is whenever you do a request for those documents, they will put they have, and it costs money to do it, but they'll block out and they'll close off all of the images. Like if there was a picture of a child or someone's address or a child's name, they'll actually remove that stuff out of there.
Her documents are available online. So you just look for them and find them, and it's amazing what you can just find just by looking. I'm not picking things up. But again, she made it clear, this is her own archive. We'll come back to that in a second because I want to just zoom through the stuff that's there just so you can see it all. But again, she made it clear that everything that she said, I'm going to put in her own fucking words into a filing if I have to. Because she said, again, opinions and value judgments are protected. Mm-hmm. Reporting on public proceedings is protected. Mm-hmm. Collaboration and discussion are not conspiracy. So that whole allegation of conspiracy and, subscriber plot, she herself put out a press release. It drives me nuts because so full of shit, So full of shit.
Well, you have to remember what's good for the goose is not always good for the gander.
That's very true too. You know what she actually, or
should I say, the duck lips? It's good
duck. In this filing, she gave away a little bit more than she wanted to. Did you read all the timelines and stuff too, or?
I haven't even gotten to the timelines. Oh my God. Cause they're so jacked.
They're bad.
I know when she got involved in this. I have proof of when she got involved in this. That's why I'm like,
that. She claims, so just throwing one part out there. She claims that she started responding and putting up Hodunk Hillbilly stuff on the 16th of May. Now that's not true. She actually, we know that when she picked up the Bully.exe site. Right. We know that those videos, they started up. I can look right now and pull up a receipt from May the 9th for sure, like 100%, but maybe before that. I can't remember. And I'm not going to tie it down even if I can.
I'm pretty positive the stuff that I have dates back even before that. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty positive they're just because
she lied. She swore to her timeline. She said, I swear to this in court. Well,
that's a bad idea.
Yeah, that was really dumb,
Would you say it was
really dumb.
idiotic? Did you say it was idiotic?
I would say that we are definitely dealing with idiots in all of this. You know, I think we're being generous in calling these folks idiots.
Oh, well, I've
Just
got
to be
other
honest, I
words.
think we are being very generous in saying that. You know? I mean, the brain trust, oh my God, man. So anyway, she has the who will have most fun in the lawsuit, Jeremy, Mug, or Ray Hip, you know, so that has no harassment. These are thumbnails that they don't even have anything to do with her.
No.
You know,
well, none of this does. She's trying to make it about her. It is all about her. I don't think Lynette understands that she is taken second chair. They found somebody much crazier than Lynette to grift off of. So Lynette, you've taken a back seat. I don't think she understands it. She's been put to the back of the short bus. They told her to sit down, shut up, let us handle this. Yeah. We're going to take care of this. Yep, know your place.
Know your place, lady.
You
know, and she took it. What amazes me is all this bluster and all this talk, you know, blah, blah, my voice. Yeah, that lasted 3 days before they put her in her place.
Uh-huh.
I love it, man. I'm redacting something real fast. I want to show you my favorite part of this, but I've got to redact a piece of it first, you know. I forgot to redact it right off the document, but it is worth it. So when she put in here where she sent Megan Fox cease and desist. Although interestingly enough, the email that it came from is not the email on file for the lawyer she's quoting. So when Megan Fox wrote back for confirmation from the email on file, you know, because you don't know who this stuff is from, right? No. I mean, anybody could mail you and be like, hey, I'm sending you a cease and desist, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just some random email coming in. You know, she's never been given a fucking proper cease and desist with this stuff. She just got, like I said, a random email from an email address that is not listed with a lawyer. So when she wrote the email address for the person in question, never got a response back. But what she did do, so I can't believe this made it into the filing, by the way, man. Give me 1 minute. I'm pulling this all over. You know, I had to redact all of it. I got it redacted.
No, I understand. I do understand. There's times where I'm like, I've got to redact this entire document.
Well, I'm surprised I didn't redact this part earlier, but I actually screenshot it out, you know, and I didn't think I would return to this version. There's more. There's more bullshit too, which is funny, but my favorite thing in here. So after the send, so she sends out the quote unquote cease and desist. I hate to call it a cease and desist. This is where I'm tripping over it because it's not from the proper email or anything else, you know, but she puts in at the top of this, you notice this isn't the cease and desist. This is her forwarding it. She forwarded out after sending it to Megan Fox. She sends it to Stupid Dave.
Yeah.
She sends it to Richard Paint Chips Luthman. She sends it to Bruce the Manskin, to Paint Chips and freaking Volpe, of course, though, and to Fleas. So she didn't have to include this, though. What an idiot. Why would you put this in your filing? You know? Oh my God.
Yes, man. This isn't her sending anything to her.
No, below it is, though. She actually did include and again, there's no proof that the document, like I said, this document here, so the email that's listed for Michael Federigo is the one that is actually listed with the bar, is not this email. So she wrote that email address to see if she'd get a response, you know, because she was trying to confirm, because this could be anybody, you know. I could write and say that I'm Obama, whatever. That doesn't mean I am, you know. So You have a way to verify that. That's why that address is with the bar, so nobody impersonates a person. Well,
Right.
she receives this, but again, on top of that, this is what you should put into the filing if you're going to attach it, right? You shouldn't put in where you forwarded it to all these idiots and loons with Bruce and all these other people. She didn't have to add that, but she did. She's so stupid in this that she added the forward. Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah, she didn't copy it. So when you go in, folks, if you don't understand this, when you go in and copy something, then you can go back to the original email that you sent out, but she didn't go back to the original. She went to where she had forwarded it out to other people. So she copied, made this part of her document. And again, you can see she sent this out to harass Megan Fox. So good faith? Fuck no. She sent that out to these folks, and this brings them in. It shows, again, Jeremy, he has even more connection to put together these fucking conspirators, these lunatics, man.
Well, he has even more than that, because she also sent a file off to the clerk of the court trying to add herself into this lawsuit, the Fed 2 case.
Oh, yeah. That was fucking stupid.
That, I think it was absolutely brilliant. What a perfect way of showing that there is collusion between every damn one of them. She just proved the entire case right there without one filing, because it has all of the same stuff that you're looking at right now added into it.
I'm going to show you something else. There's another thing that
there's no takesies backsies.
Indeed. She put into her filing that the Hodunk Hillbilly videos, she wasn't just making them, she was sending them to Bruce. She was sending them to Stupid Dave. You know, what's really funny is I went back and looked at Stupid Dave's community posts. I was curious about how long he had been hyping and pretending he didn't know who that person was, especially since it came up in filings that she was sending these videos to him. And he was gaming his subscribers the whole time, pretending, oh, well, the person behind it. Oh, bullshit, man. They knew exactly who it was. They were involved in that third-party violation, the harassment of Hales.
That's right.
Oh, my God. It's amazing.
Gosh.
Yeah, they conspired behind the scenes. That's who these people are listening to.
I'm still surprised that Lynette took a backseat to all this. It just shows how weak she is.
Oh, yeah. Well, it just shows, really that she can be put in her place real fast. Because, I mean, these people, they abandoned her and then sold her a song and a dance. I mean, you think about that. Bruce abandoned her in court, dumped her. Now they're scrambling to get somebody in. But he didn't do that for her benefit. He did that for his own benefit. Just like, who's in trouble with the thumbnail litigation? Is it Bruce? No, it's Stark and her.
Right.
I love it, man. Love it. They're too dumb to understand that. When she gets hit with violations and more, and again, they've been telling, and it's her fault. Her actions are her fault, obviously. Yes. But they're telling her that she's not going to get in trouble for certain types of contact and for this and that. And she very well is. She already has violated twice on stuff that they have gone out of their way to say aren't violations. Well, the court disagrees. The court says it is a violation. So maybe you should have stopped. But no, they've been giving her a legal advice. I mean, you think about it. The person telling her this isn't just random Joe Schmo or even the PR people. This is her lawyer. Do you consider that, is that adequate representation?
No, I mean, like I said, I think and I said this the other day that I think both her and John Crook have a very, very valid case
Mhm.
of filing a malpractice suit against Bubbles. Like it looks like, because of what he's done, and if they lose this, oh my gosh. I mean, that would be the first thing that I would be doing, was filing a
Yeah.
malpractice suit for completely tanking all of it. And
Just flee, man. He'll run, and he's somebody. I'm wondering who's going to be left holding the bag if everything. Again, I can't tell you for sure how a court case will come out. I wish I could. I wish I could be like definitively yes. I can tell you who I see is in the right, but that does not matter at the end of the day. Courts decide. I don't get to decide, but if they are left holding the bag, it ain't gonna be the man. Certain ones are gonna run.
yeah, I mean, they're already running scared. I mean, that's that, and it goes to show how scared they are whenever they have to reach out and get somebody else to add themselves into a lawsuit. I mean, and then create a whole new lawsuit. I mean, it's just it's like this perpetual need for attention. I guess Daddy didn't love somebody too much or something. I don't know. I think
Did you
there's
read
some
our
daddy
subscriber
issues.
scheme? Did you read what we're alleged to have done?
No.
Oh God, listen to this, man. You'll love it. It's crazy because there's no way to. I mean, the accusation here. What the fuck? Like, this doesn't even make sense. Like, for my channel, it doesn't work at all. Because again, like, Hales is not big numbers for me. It's good. I'm glad to cover it. I like covering it. I think it's right. I think it's just. But the idea that there's some, but listen to this. All right. So the subscriber scheme. Defendants are misleading the public while presenting themselves as advocates for transparency and truth. Defendant Hales has orchestrated a concerted scheme designed to manipulate viewership analytics, silence dissent, and financially benefit those who participate in his campaign. This operation is not a matter of speculation. It is a calculated effort that rewards loyalty to defendant Hales with
Yes.
inflated followers.
I love inflated followers because I could use a few inflated followers. I'm just
Well,
saying.
I feel like I've seen one of these people dance, and I know she has enough accounts out there. We probably have like 6 or 7 followers out of her, at least.
That is very true. That is very true. I mean, but who is actually really benefiting from this? Because my channel was growing well before I even started covering any of the Hale stuff. My channel was growing, was doing just fine. I was already at, I believe I was monetized whenever I started covering Hales. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was monetized whenever I started covering Hales. I was doing just fine. But who really blew up after that? I mean, didn't someone go from maybe 20 views on a stream to over 2,000-3,000?
After there's a few of those anti-Hales, you have Paint Chips and Darth Touch. I mean, their channel, without it, they get they don't get 100 views on most things.
Yeah.
If they put Hales prominently in there, it's the only way that they get hits. She was getting single-digit hits on videos, and she started getting, upwards to around 1,000 hits. So yeah, I mean, it's all because of that. But yeah, she says increased visibility and monetary compensation. Like, again, there's no way. Like, how do you prove this? It's not a matter of speculation. This is the kind of shit that right here, this kind of shit gets you sued. Yeah, this is some bullshit. But she said, data analysis shows the creators who align themselves with Hales, including all of us, have experienced dramatic spikes in their online metrics, increasing from 30,000 plus view counts compared to their typical view counts soon after joining his circle and promoting his narrative. You know what's really funny though? Again, for my channel, that leaves out the whole Depp saga. 4 years of that, you know, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of views on some stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So, but the baseline was over 100,000 views for everything. So it's like that doesn't even make sense. This tells you how lazy of a fucking of a conspiracy this is. She went back to when my channel first started, and she looked at some stuff. She's like, "Oh, that has a few hundred hits," you know, because it's when my channel first started. Now, 30,000, and she didn't pull up anything new either. She pulled out right when I first started covering that, not the, you know, 14 to 15,000 range that we land at now, but she pulled out 37 then, and she's like, "Oh my God, look." Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that would have been early on, and there was probably a lot of rewatches on those first ones.
Well, you know, unfortunately, with this stuff, with anything like this, you will anything that takes a while, you lose some folks on it. Now, if it's mainstreamed, you will continue to pick up new eyes too. So it always maintains this this movement, this roller coaster. But unfortunately, with Jeremy Hales, you know, a lot of people, they don't consider it worth covering because on a long enough timeline, you know, you lose subscribers if you continue to cover it, and you you know, you won't maintain views. But he's right, and that's the problem. You have to choose sometimes. You know, are you going after numbers alone, or do you actually want to be right? Do you want to help out somebody? So.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the numbers, but I also know that helping out somebody that I've clearly seen the kind of attacks that are going up against, because they're now trying to attack me. They're attacking you. They're attacking anybody that gets in their way. Which means that we must so be hitting the nail on the head.
I mean, that's her freaking conspiracy, though, that she's presented to the court, that somehow we're all in a freaking conspiracy together, and that yeah, and also, well, here we go. Here's a couple of other things too. Apparently, on the Facebook group, which she says in here that Hales controls, which again, yeah, right. He would shut that thing down. Like some of the stuff that gets posted there, she thinks that that Hales somehow would let her operate all these sock puppet accounts over there. No fucking way. She'd get banned in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they would shut that down.
She says, okay, there was an interview that Paint Chips, Darth Touch, and she did. Okay. And they were talking about this knocked up by acquaintance. Now, again, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. All right. But he says, well, I've known you since blah, blah, blah. You know, it's been years. I forget the exact year, 2021, 2022, somewhere in there. We've never been in the same room together. So I'm going to deny that, even though it can be true. And she laughs. She's like, okay, so they can joke about that, or they can bring it up and say, yeah, even though it could be true, and that's okay. But some rando out there, who's none of us, by the way, none of us actually put a post of that up. She's an idiot. I stand by that. She is an idiot, you know, off her meds. Yeah, I'm going to say that she seems like, which we know she's mental, like we do, and she acts like she's off her fucking meds. I will definitely say that. And disbarred attorney. Again, as I've said, I did not say disbarred, never have. You're allowed to have the opinion that she would have been disbarred, though. But no, it's she retired to evade punishment. That's definitely her own words. So that she's a transsexual man.
And I will say, I do believe that whenever I first started reading this, I didn't understand the permanently retired, and I believe I said disbarred. Then I came back and corrected that. It was like, yeah, that's not correct. It's actually permanently retired, which has a different statute involved.
Now she's mad though. Okay, so she's saying that people are. You even saying that she could have potentially been this bar. She retired to avoid that. You know, oh, well, if you have that opinion, I'm going to sue you too. Now, you're allowed to have your opinion on what the punishment could have been, you know?
Yeah, right. She doesn't know what the punishment could be because she evaded it.
Yeah.
I've seen the pleadings. I mean, she is a discredited attorney. I mean, she was facing heavy sanctions. She was looking at all kinds of problems for her shenanigans. And then they came back and they gave her an option between two things. It's in her own damn filing.
Mm-hmm. I love her timeline, though. If you look at her timeline here, though, she establishes on about May 16th for the Hodunk Hillbillies. You know, she says, well, this is when I started to create them. No, you didn't. That's a lie. That's an absolute fucking lie. And the reason, unfortunately, this she has to stick with, because if she moves this around, she's going to have to redesign her entire victim narrative. If you move it to the dates that are here, even her victim narrative gets shattered, and she's no longer a victim anymore. She leaves out her press release bullshit. She leaves out the fact that she was doing all this crazy other bullshit. It's so amazing.
I now I understand why she came out of the shadows. It makes complete sense why she came out of the shadows, because nobody, and I mean nobody, gave two shits about the whole dunk. What was it? Cowboys, hillbillies. No, nobody paid any attention to it.
No,
I
never seen one of them until I ended up archiving it when I found out she was going to sue people. That's when if she would have been smarter about her timeline and dumped things faster, we would have never been able to archive all of her bullshit.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I realize now why she had to come out, because nobody paid any attention to it. She wasn't getting any views except for a few people. Nobody was caring, because it's like a fever dream of some wacko that got hit in the head too many times by a frying pan.
So you'll like this. So on one of her early timelines, she combines all this into one document. She notes, look, she not only creates those, but she gives them to L1, Stupid Dave, Bruce, who interestingly in the
but that's not her name. That would be incorrect, because that's not her name. Remember that that
filing. I can't even remember what her fucking name's supposed to be.
we've been told that her name isn't Lisa Weeks. So who is this Lisa Weeks person?
Well, I actually thought one thing in here is even more telling. She doesn't refer to Bruce as Bruce Manskin or Mr. Manskin or Attorney Manskin. She refers to him throughout the filing as just Bruce. She's familiar.
Yeah, she's very familiar with him.
She's more familiar with Bruce than she is with Volpe, Luthman, and his people. Isn't that interesting?
No, wait a second. Now, I do remember at some point in time, and I have to go back and confirm this, but they were in the middle of a lawsuit sometime around November, and of last year, or was it October? And they were out shopping for an attorney. Or was it December? I remember that they were specifically shopping for attorneys. And I'm wondering who just happened to pick up that phone that day and got involved in all of this. I'm wondering how that person got involved, and then all of a sudden you had Paint Chip and Volpe and this whole
you have to her timeline. I don't believe anything she fucking says. That's the thing. I am allowed to not believe any fucking thing she says. She has lied about a lot of stuff, so why would I believe anything that she says? I mean, it's amazing though. Her timeline though is so fucked up, man. Yeah. It's such a joke, because like I said, there are certain things. Again, I'm not going to fill in her timeline because it's amazing, but I'll show you just she knows better than this stuff. And she has to establish it though, because if she doesn't, if she changes it up, she's no longer a victim. But if you see this, okay, she's saying again, this is when I created the Hold on Hillbillies, right? 16. So riddle me this, man. I'm trying to understand this. Why then, if it was created on the 16th, why is this video description here for the Hold on Hillbillies with all the information from it? Why was this posted on May the 9th? Huh.
That's weird.
It's very weird. Time travelers, right?
I need to figure this one out because I'm not a good time traveler.
It's so bizarre. I don't get it. But yeah, I mean, all the archives show that one thing by itself is false, but there's so much more, man. It's
well, and it's also interesting because I don't know if you know how long it takes to actually put together any sort of video, and having, you know, having an AI chat bot or whatever the hell that is reading over the top of it. That takes time to get that stuff set up. And if you dump a whole bunch of them, means you've been working on them for quite some time. Yeah, it wasn't just overnight that those got created, but of course you can always pull the metadata from the originals, and you would keep those if you're in a lawsuit to prove your point, right?
This stuff is so crazy, man. All of it is. Like, she came in like an absolute nut job, though. She did. Her whining is so funny. She's like, "Oh my God, they're commenting about my mental health." Look at her whining about.
Oh,
yeah.
Jay.
Well, she says that she's ADA protected. We can't talk about that. And I'm like, you moron, you don't understand what the ADA does, because I'm allowed to talk about whatever the fuck I want. You don't get to, your disability does not supersede my ability of free speech. I have the ability to talk about that. You put it out in public anyway. So that's your bad, you know, but we're not providers. We're not providing you any services. What the shit? They were also trying to say, so she was like, that Shizzy and Tug and Jay, they talk about stuff. They're practicing law without a license.
No, we have a different standard, you dumbass. Oh, we don't give out any legal advice, like, unlike some people.
We can't give out legal advice. You know, it doesn't work that way. We are not legal practitioners. We're not pretending to be, you know. If we talk about something, oh my God.
Here's a big difference. I can tell somebody how to change out a spark plug. Okay. I can explain to somebody how to change out a spark plug. What I can't do is tell somebody what needs to be filed. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. I cannot come out there and tell somebody, this is the document that you need to file. Let me fill it out for you, and here you go. File this, you'll be good to go. That right there is practicing without a license. I can make comments and probably be wrong 90% of the time on whatever comment that I happen to be commenting on. It doesn't matter. There's nothing tied to it legally.
You know what's sad, though? These practitioners, they love to point out that, you know, we're not practitioners of law, right? I thought, well, don't they find it really interesting that we seem to get things right a lot more often than they do?
It's weird how that happens. Maybe because we've seen this stuff time and time again. Like, we're not new to it.
I just think it's funny because they're so wrong in so much of what they tell audiences. And they're supposed to be, again, these are supposed to be professionals, or quote unquote retired professionals.
Oh yeah. I see how
claiming they're offer meds. They're talking about she's crazy. You are fucking crazy.
Yeah, I can say that. That's protected speech. Yeah,
100%. I'm allowed to think somebody's crazy. Actually, she's talked about her mental health status, and there's been comments in her own videos
When
talking about.
she's talked about being on medications.
She's talked about like being off medications, you know, in the past, you know, and oh Lord,
I can talk about that. See, I don't think people understand what a HIPAA violation is. Okay, here's the thing: a doctor cannot give out private information on somebody. That would be a HIPAA violation. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that would be a HIPAA violation by a doctor giving out private information on somebody without a court order, because a judge can absolutely request that. But the judge keeps that under seal. They don't expose that to anybody else. At least they're not supposed to. Now, it is not a HIPAA violation if I tell Tug that last week I went and got this kind of medication for whatever new diseases out there, or whatever. That is me giving out information freely and willingly, and he can use that however he wants to. That's not a HIPAA violation. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a medical professional, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
HIPAA only works for providers. I mean, they don't even understand the first thing about it, which is amazing to me, because again, you're talking about people that have been involved in law. They should understand this. It's funny. Look, she includes search results, right? And she's like, "Oh my God, look at all these people! They're making search results. There's DJ Radis. There's Hot Lips. Wait a minute, that's her."
She created that herself.
Yes. Yep. So in here, she is tagging in as Lips, as legally, and this, by the way, it looks like one of her challenge videos.
What an idiot.
Yes, so in the middle of all of that, it's like, why would you put this in your...
Wait. She's got mine up there too.
Yeah. You're involved. You're in here. Yeah.
But I didn't use her image.
She's like, oh, they're destroying me. Oh my God, look, it's totally about me. Well, we are allowed to talk about people.
Yeah. I can talk about anybody I want to.
She puts in all this stuff, though. Let me see if there's anything else that you should see. I'm trying to remember. Again, there's a lot of just random screenshots, They have nothing to do with any of us, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I didn't I still don't understand how they try to use this kind of stuff, because I haven't done anything that is untoward or just calling out people's bullshit.
What's really funny is when she refiles, she leaves out the forward to all the other ecosystems. So she accidentally put it in. She got made fun of and took it out of her new filing. It's like, too late, idiot.
It's already there.
Yeah.
It's already there.
But she takes that group, and again, she's trying to attach it to Jeremy Hales. So she takes screenshots of this group that he has no control over. Nobody controls, and some of the screenshots are amazing, like this. Like, why would you put these in? Listen to this here. How do you want to play this game? Shall I finish it so the real a-hole out there can play satire with you? Seems there is no limit to your vindictive posts. Poor you. There's so many anons that have fueled that little light under me today. So they're like, her vindictive, her hate. Like, what about this? Is there a threat there? They didn't even mention her, right? So
no.
Well, it's actually talking about all the anon posts that belong to a certain someone, though.
Yeah.
Have you noticed Leslie like a seagull? It's all about me, 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 me. Notice there's nothing about Crook or Lie Nuts. It's all about Leslie. That's true.
It is true. They got moved out of there.
There's Rosalind the Devil Duke.
Oh, that evil woman.
No, monster.
Monster.
Thank you for admitting you are false reporting. So I'm reporting again. She went on this. These people are like, I'm reporting everybody. That's what I mean. If these people are going to mass flag, then that goes both ways from now on. If they're going to sit out there and talk about that, then that can go both ways.
It's easy to slap them down with these kinds of mass flaggings too, because whenever, I don't know if people know this, but whenever you decide to do one of those mass flag things, that YouTube does not look very kindly on that.
What is that, kiddo? Oh, is that one of those paint pens? Thank you.
Yeah, I did see a 4.
That's cool. I'll put it up. Okay. Thank you.
I'm taking out the top pins out, the not top pins. I'm taking them out. Okay. That's a good idea. Yeah, because I don't want to get not top one, and then I think it's the top one, then drawing, and then walk. Right. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Well, go have fun. I love you. Thank you.
Bug raid.
I'll just tell you where if I find another paint pen.
Okay. Well, yeah, you tell me later. Actually, make a stack of them if you find them and bring them all to me, okay? And then I'll put them up, okay?
Oh, I can get you a normal pen. Yeah,
well, you can set me aside some. All right, let me do this, and later on tonight, you want to watch a movie?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll watch one.
Let's watch a movie that we will both like, okay? When I say yes to that movie, okay?
Okay. Actually, I have an idea for a movie. I'll tell you afterwards, and we'll see if Sissy wants to watch it too, okay?
Can you guess?
No, I'm not watching Coraline. Because I know you've been wanting to watch Coraline 100 million times. I've already seen that movie. What, I've seen it 5 times this week. I don't think I can take it again. I know you like it. That's okay to like it. Anyway, go upstairs. Love you. Here's a question, too. So she includes this screenshot where somebody asks if Leslie is hodunk. So is she telling us that hodunk is defamatory?
Because I think that this was beforehand, and they said, who thinks that Leslie is basically
yeah. What I'm saying is, she's saying that hodunk is defamatory. Is Leslie saying that? Because I mean, why else would you include it, right? So if hodunk is defamatory, who made the hodunk hillbillies?
I guess somebody that wanted to defame somebody else.
I suppose so. See, that's a fascinating admission, isn't it? Yeah, really interesting stuff. Let's see. Here's another one. Lips is on here on her YouTube, have another crazy episode. She is going on and blaming Jeremy for wanting to unalive herself. She made her own adult decision to join the crazy train. She needs some mental interventions. The red flags are flying all over YouTube stream. So, I mean, with that, again, people are talking about what now? And
well, and I'm curious why she's not showing the rest of whatever that is, because that little button right there that says see more, you click on that and it tells a whole lot more besides that.
Well, it also that can invalidate your whole post because you're losing context, and if you don't add context, even if this was, which is not defamatory, but if it was, with the loss of context, I've seen people get things like this kicked out, You can't see what it's in relation to. Now, that's actually I think that's being very nice to her.
That is being very kind.
That. God, that almost looks like fan art, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, got the snake hips and not the So, hey, that could be nice.
John pops up a few times and stuff. But again, I guess I'm not understanding what is going on with this newcomer, permanently retired lawyer, Lips. I heard so many rumors. The facts are clear to me. She permanently retired from the bar and is now banned from practicing law in Florida. She cannot readmit, according to the state bar of Florida rules. I'm sure the last one. But rumors, I'm hearing that she is mentally ill and unstable or something, that she is so unstable that, and again, it cuts off. So what's the defamation in that?
Yeah, that he just even says, I'm unsure on the last one.
Yeah. Then this is about Bruce. Bruce
That's
made of
pretty
fleas
funny.
of 1,000 camels infest your. Oh Lord,
I
that's
like that
funny.
one. That one's pretty good.
I like this one. I thought this was funny. Lips.
that's-
Think I found the reason you brain fog and your general dumb effery. Silicon implant toxicity. Oh Lord! I can't believe she put these in filings. These are pretty funny.
Oh, those are good.
Oh God. Oh, then with that, I mean, I don't even know who these.
So what does this have to do with her?
I have no idea. I think she just takes random screenshots. Then this again, she asked DJ Radis to roast her. This is after. This came after the roast post, by the way. This is after it. So he makes a video. She even asks for him to make a short video, and he does. He makes short videos. You know, he also tags it saying that they are AI content and everything else, which she herself does. So
Yeah.
you know, now she also complains like it wasn't removed. So she tried to flag and it wasn't removed. So we get she is so good at this, by the way. Look, we even get a blank page. That is not my that's not my computer lagging. That is actually a blank page.
Nice.
Yep. And then I think we get okay, there's another document. And then, okay, if this is approved, this will be the last stuff we cover. And then I'm going to hit some super chats. But check this out.
Oh, you sure you don't want to hear my letter?
Oh, yeah. You want to hit a letter? Yeah, actually.
I do. I do have a letter.
Yeah. I didn't realize you had one. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do these fast and then we can get you a letter real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So we have what the hell's now what I like about this is this actually disproves some of the stuff she stated. She was saying that Hales had been calling her disbarred and had made comments and other things. Okay, well, you see this comment here. This was supposed to be disbarred. This doesn't say her, first of all. You know, it's talking about multiple people. Amazing how the felons, disbarred, and wig-wearing, Botox, botched plastic surgery people flock together.
Yeah, that could be talking about anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Are you saying that's him? And then she also said that she was accused of creating the revenge porn. But if you look at this statement, it's saying rebroadcast.
Yeah.
All joking aside, you know, it says this Muppet saved us time, adding her Fed case too. Counterclaims include criminal charges, rebroadcasting, revenge porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So her statement was a lie. It's in her filing. It's a lie. Then they're covering. Look, they even were nice enough to redact all this stuff. Jay was.
Yeah.
You know, and this, okay, she added because she wanted to say that this was someone calling her disbarred. But you notice this little place right here. Question. Now, even if it was 100%, that is still not anybody that's added to the litigation. So that wouldn't matter. Yeah.
Right.
He mentions Hodunk. Oh no, not Hodunk. Yeah. And we have Dwayne because what an evil man. He dropped gifted memberships, I guess.
Oh.
I don't even know why this is here. Look, it's a different screenshot.
20 of them. 20 gifted memberships. Oh my gosh.
How dare you? Thank
How
you.
dare you do that?
What's this?
Wait, which one? This? That's a Sharpie.
No, Dad, talk about this.
This is a regular pen. This is actually a multi-liner. So this is a nice pen.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. You know, you should go give that to Sissy. Tell her I told you to give it to her because that's one of the art pens.
Art pen?
Yeah, it's art pen. Go give it to her. Yeah.
Or I could give it to Gigi and Hulk can have it every time.
No, Gigi has art pens, but Sissy would like to use that. Yeah, that's the kind of pen she uses. I'm gonna get random rated. I think she
I
does.
love the bug rates. They're awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the kind of proof, what proof that you have in this. All right, let's do your letter. Let's see.
Yeah. See, I even geared up.
Oh no. Hey man, I'm glad you got to hang out for a while, by the way.
Oh, me too. Thank
We're
you.
not rushed or anything. It's pretty nice.
It is a wonderful thing. I like the chill streams. not getting too excited over it. It's right there in the shared screen. He's probably coughing right now.
Yeah, I actually got a request. Somebody got blocked. It's probably an accident, so I'm gonna unblock some people too.
Oh, it happens. Yeah, I've done
a lot.
Yeah, I've had a couple of my mods accidentally block somebody. I had to take their mod privileges away at one point in time because they would be listening to me with the phone in their pocket, and they would be blocking people.
I mean, that stuff happens, man. I did that once. I blocked like 3 people before I caught myself putting my phone in my pocket.
Oh, it happens. Oh yeah.
All right, you gonna read then? You gonna pull it up on screen, or you just?
Yeah, it's right there. I shared it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. My bad. I'm used to Megan being on here and just being able to slap something up there. That's what I didn't even think about it.
So do you want the music along with it? Does that make it sound better? An open letter.
You think it should be presented? It is your
an open letter to the dime store paralegal who bought my name like a souvenir mug. Oh, lips. You absolute coupon code of a human being. You really sat there stewing in your own narcissism and thought to yourself, why don't show him? I'll buy his name like a petty stalker with a promo code. You actually typed in shizzywhiz.com like some discount Bond villain, hit purchase, and patted your fat ass on the back, as if hijacking a domain name was some brilliant tactical move instead of a loud screaming admission that I now occupy every square inch of your declining frontal lobe. Let's be clear. You bought a name that wasn't yours just so you could redirect it to your own cesspool. No, that's not clever. That's not strategic. That's what a sociopath does when they run out of lies and need a new toy.
It would be funny if she wasn't suing you. Like, that's the problem, it doesn't make sense. Like, there's a certain person out there, I'm sure they're listening, that has fun doing, redirects, and I love them. I think they're funny, but they're not suing anybody when they do it. So
yeah, it's silly.
It's stupid. It's really dumb, I'm so scared of him that I'm harassing him. Good.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't know she didn't hurt me. She just announced to the world that I am unwell and obsessed with a YouTube handle I just can't stop thinking about. Well, let me guess, Lips. After getting bodied in public, mocked in court, humiliated across every platform that you've ever touched, you decided the best way to reclaim control was to squat on a domain name. My name. A handle you didn't create, didn't earn, you could never carry. You typed it in. She typed it in like a register, like some deranged golem muttering, "My precious." Hit purchase and smirked like the move made you powerful. Do you even hear yourself? You're bragging out loud that you tried to unmask me, expose me, ruin me, all while setting up digital road signs with my name on them that lead straight to you. You didn't buy power. You bought a confession. You bought proof that you are exactly the piece of shit that I said you were. A stalking, delusional, unhinged, liably psychotic dimwit wrapped in crumbling remains of a disgraced law license and a really bad identity crisis. Let's talk about what this really is, Lips. It's pathetic. It's what people do when they've already lost the argument, the moral ground, and the last remaining thread of credibility. It's the digital equivalent of a spray painting your ex's name in your garage and yelling at Amazon packages. You bought a domain name out of spite, redirected it like a toddler flipping a light switch, and now you're pacing your living room like you just delivered a closing argument to the Supreme Court. Sweetheart, you didn't silence me. You didn't win. You just added one more receipt to the FBI folder with your name on it. Every click you redirect, every stalker post you make, every rambling live stream where you try to convince your 11 sock accounts that you're a hero, it's all evidence now.
Your 11 sock accounts. That's funny.
It's all part of the permanent digital trail. You're laying like breadcrumbs to your own career funeral. You thought you could hijack an identity, warp it, weaponize it, and not leave fingerprints? Hey, stupid, honey, you are the fingerprint. And here's where the real comedy. You keep shrieking that I'm the bully, that I'm a threat, that I'm hiding. Meanwhile, you're the one filing lawsuits as a PR stunt, publicly announcing your intent to dox people, and now buying their names like a lunatic trying to cast a spell through a GoDaddy checkout cart. You're not a warrior. You're not even a victim. You're a punchline. You're a cautionary tale for what happens with delusion meets stupidity. You just proved every point I've ever made. You're stalking. You're harassing. You are so completely devoid of self-worth that the only way you feel relevant is by piggybacking off of people who criticize you. You've made it clear that this was never about law, never about truth, never about damage or dignity or even legal remedy. So thank you sincerely for free marketing, for the ironclad evidence, for confirming to everyone watching that, yes, I struck a nerve so deep that it made you register a domain like a psycho X who still checks your Spotify activity. You're not hurting me, Lips. You're branding yourself, and the label is clear. Unhinged, unstable, and absolutely obsessed. Shizzy Wiznut, still John Doe, but now the owner of beachfront property in your crumbling little mind. Keep watching, keep clicking. You built the shrine. I just turned on the lights. And always your daddy.
That's funny, man.
Oh, jeez. Does she not get it? Does she not get it yet?
Not. Well, they get so butthurt over something. All they have to do is not listen to you. You know, it's very simple.
Yeah.
I mean, you're reading letters that actually they're not even. I guess what makes them mad is your letters aren't cruelty. They're pointing out the obvious, you know, and they're just you're wording it in a way that resonates with a lot of folks, you know. But
that's what I gather. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, I thought that they were very interesting, and I don't understand the obsession that they have. I mean, it's like it's borderline crazy.
It is. They really they talk about how you don't matter, right? How you're small, you're this, you're that. Mm-hmm. Same thing they do with Shara, right? But
yeah.
You matter enough that they try to shut you down and sue you and all these other things too. They threaten to you know, dox and do harm to not just yourself, but people around you. I mean, it's very weird how that works, isn't it?
It is. And the funny part is taking some sort of domain name like that means anything. I guess they don't understand that they can't. They can try, but they're not going to get very far with it.
Well, it means one thing, that, you know, she is harassing you, though. That's actually what it means. She can't play victim. What this tells me is all of their play acting that they've done, you know, the face that they want to put on in the courtroom, they never plan to move forward, which we already knew anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
But with Jeremy flexing on them, they may have to. And, you know, he's the one person that Lawfare will not work on, because they may be able to save a few bucks by filing stupid filings. But eventually what they're going to do is write themselves right in a corner. They're going to cost themselves money anyway, because if they really want to play this game, they're going to have to depose people. That's going to be expensive, you know. Mm-hmm. And, oh, man, I look forward to, I really hope that they do serve people. I'm not going to make it easy for them, but if we get to that point, I'm going to get the biggest shark I can find, and I'm going to take whatever I can get my hands on. You know?
Yeah, my deposition would be quite interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to repossess the lip filler. I mean, I'm going to.
I don't think they have enough time to depose me.
You know, under Florida law, don't they have to? Aren't they supposed to cease and desist you and all this other bullshit too?
Yeah, of course.
She says that she did do that to everybody, by the way. It was in her filing. She sent out, and it was like, no, you didn't. You absolutely did not mail everyone. And not only that, I would even question the validity of you doing it to anyone where, you know, the mailing didn't come from the bar registered account.
Yeah, that's I've never received any. The only thing that I received from her is wanting to add me to some sort of thing, and that I don't know who it is. So I went in and made sure that I removed myself from their spam email. Anytime that comes through, it's just spam, and I just remove it because it's improper.
Yeah, you don't consent to be added to anything by this person.
No.
You know?
No.
If they want to speak to you, then they can do it the right way. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think you've made that clear. I think everybody's made that pretty damn clear. I just thought that Jeremy Hale's thing was funny because she has done this so many times to people, and it's worked. And Jeremy was like, "No, I want this. Let's do it. Let's get it on."
Yeah, let's. You wanted to dance. All right, let's dance.
Let's dance. I'm your Huckleberry, right?
That's exactly what I saw. I was like, I'm a Huckleberry.
Oh, that movie, man.
That would be a perfect. That would be a perfect. AI for Jeremy.
Yep.
That mustache.
Are you sticking for supers or?
I'll stick for a. Well, let me see. I think Expert is on tonight with FNL. Yeah, I'll hang for a little bit. He hasn't sent an invite, so
okay.
I'll be here for a bit.
Okay. All right. Lori kicked it off. 10 members. There's a lot of memberships, by the way. And thank you, folks. Lori kicked it off. 10 memberships. Check this out. It's crazy. Maybe Not dropped 10 right after that. Thank you. Maybe Not. Thank you, Lori. It keeps going too. Yeah. Dwayne drops 10 there. That's awesome. Then follows it up with 20 more. So right off the bat here, you know, we start off with, gosh, that's crazy. 50 freaking memberships. That's amazing. Thank you.
Wow.
That's awesome. You know, yeah, that's beautiful. MaxLab, thank you for the super chat there. You know, that's I appreciate you, MaxLab, quite a bit. I know MaxLab still gets one of the people they hate so much is him because of the documents, you know, and because he keeps up. All he's doing is actually keeping up with the legal side of things. You know, he's not involved in not doing all kinds of crazy. You know, he's just pulling documents. They hate him for it. Fallen hero.
Yeah. They don't like that at all. I don't understand why they don't like that.
Because they don't read documents. It actually counters their narratives, you know. So yeah, they probably hate him for that. I mean, he doesn't just pull them. He makes a lot of stuff publicly available. So, it allows people to do their own research.
That's why they don't like Max. That's why I love Max so much.
Well, there's so many. There's always somebody that's like that does that position. That's just like that. Like, and it's amazing how much that person gets hate. Sometimes they get more hate than the person with a microphone. Like in the Depp case, there was the Laura B. And Laura B is so much shit, you know. And
they hated Laura B. I remember that. Oh my God.
Yeah, she was one of the three people. You know, there were two people, myself and Brian, and we both made videos and stuff, right? But Laura didn't do any of that. She just, well, I mean, she started doing some timeline stuff, but she was by the book, not really giving opinion or speculation. Yeah, they always hate the person that pulls documents. It's amazing. Fallen hero. Thanks for the gifted membership. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Emma, what's up, Emma? Thanks for the 2 there. Love the song. Thank you. I had fun with it. I thought the new song was good. I like the beat to it. Actually used a female singer. I typically don't use a female singer, but I thought that would be fun too. I mean, it's AI, why not? Wendy Bono, thank you for the 15 months. Happy Friday, everyone. Hi, Tuck. Well, hey there, and yes, indeed. Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend, baby. Yeah. Angela, what's up, Angela Quinn? Much love to you, Angela. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Although you've been here so many times, so, you know, it's not like you're a brand new person, but thank you for the membership. Priscilla, thanks for the 5. Shizzy, do a letter to Megan on how to keep a chat alive. Hell yes. That would be great. Oh God. Like they thought they were so big shit the other night, by the way, because 2Ls, they've managed a couple of nights in a row to get over 10 super chats. And yeah.
That is special. That is special.
Well, all they have to do is get somebody to sue someone else and all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
Apparently the Fats posted a video from Lips on their channel toward you. So I haven't got to see it yet.
I haven't either.
Oh my God.
That's
Lord.
That's
just watching
be funny.
Yeah, just think of their nasty buttery fingers like touching anything there.
And I would imagine that Paint Chips has those little greasy sausage fingers just rubbing all over his belly. Just, you know, just.
Oh, he probably has. He probably wipes something in his belly button. Gross.
Picking little chunks of meat out of it. Just.
He's like, oh, a Dorito. Oh, that's nasty. This is getting bad.
I knew it was there last week.
I gotta stop that one. Token Shizzy, a pair that beats 3 of a kind. Indeed. That, you know what? It's been fun. It has been tonight. I've had a good time.
Thank you,
Angela. Thanks for the 33 months. It's interesting that I didn't know you could member up, and I guess you can. I guess it makes sense. But yeah, you've been here 30. You know, you've had that for 33 months as well. So yeah, it's Daddy Tug and Daddy Shizzy. What's the thing I've ever had to a daddy? Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? We all get to be the fams. These people claim to be fam. They have to be the most dysfunctional family. By the way, I noticed this weird thing the other day. I think you should try this one day if you're bored. Go over to Stupid Dave's channel and watch like one of his videos and do a blink count. That mofo does not blink, man. It's like, I mean, he's getting crazy.
He's zoned in on it, man.
Oh my God. He did like I think it was 23-second like short and he blinked twice in it, and it was just, I don't know. You need to go and like look at it if you all haven't. Just it is something else.
Do you think if he blinks he just loses his place? I mean,
he gets lost. Maybe that's what happened to Bubbles. Maybe he has the same problem. That's why he got stuck in Gainesville.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's like, oh, no, I blinked too. Save me. Hey, Zeus. Thanks for the 5 there. Hey, Tug and Shizzy. Well, hey there, bud. I appreciate you, by the way. Very much appreciate you. Good to see you. Reese, thanks for the 5 there. Hey, Tug and Shizzy, it's my birthday. Thank you for the laughs. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Get out the birthday. Yeah, yes. Here we go. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Yeah. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, it works, man. That's good. I love it. Hey, happy birthday to you for sure.
Yes, I did get your email.
So you did get that? Okay, good deal.
Yes.
Jenny, thanks for the 2. I have a birthday tomorrow. Now, I gave you a song before, but I will do it again because I want to play with that some more too. And I appreciate you. So let's do it. Happy birthday. All of us to you. Yeah. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Oh, listen to it. Wow, yeah. I love that we revived the Chi-Chi's birthday song.
I know.
Yes. Thanks for the 1 year. That's amazing. Thank you. Hale, been busy, real busy. Hey, that works. Hey, appreciate you. You know, stuff stays up. If you want to catch up, we need to do a catch-up stream sometime. I get it too. This stuff is so convoluted and madhouse that it's hard to keep up with. So
yeah, and there's new players being added on a regular basis. So that, yeah, we're going to have to do one.
You know, none of us talked about lips until she sued Jay. That's when we started talking. You know,
I mean, other people might have been, but I was just like, I'd see who it is, but I didn't care.
Jay laughed about I think it was about the press releases she put out. You know, he thought they were funny and he laughed about it, and she ended up suing. Now, nobody else was really talking about her. And again, maybe the Facebook group. I don't know. I mean, it could have been her talking about herself for all I know. I have no idea. People also, she asked for emails. She wanted to be emailed, and people emailed her, and then she called it harassment. So it's the same thing with the roast me kind of shit, you know?
Yeah. I think that was the first thing that was one of the first things that I heard. It was just like, oh, do you see somebody put a roast? And my response was, no, I'm not going to roast you. You're not worth my time.
Yeah. Well, I knew that this was another person that wanted to try to get in on it. I told Megan off the bat, though, I was like, the next person, when they come in, they're going to have to do more, you know, to set a baseline to get attention. Because otherwise, they'll get a little splash of attention right off the bat, you know, from go. But it'll die off. Now, I did think there was something weird about Lips because they kept promoting her so hard. You know, then those Bully EXE videos started coming up. And I never, like I said, I never watched one of them. I'd seen like the autoplay on a couple, like when, you know, scroll past or something. I was like, I'm not watching this. It's so stupid. Who cares? You know, really. But them trying to hide who it was kind of made me interested. Then it comes out. I'm like, oh, okay. Now you see why there's the promo. I think the lawsuit was all planned and everything. I think that was the plan from go. They were going to bring somebody in. I think it's a distraction thing. I think that they were making big errors. And more than that, people were talking about how Bruce fucked up.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah. Yeah. He knew he screwed up.
Yeah.
Back in December, he was screwed up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, all the way up to the hearing, him dip in his clients. You know, what's weird about this is in the ecosystem, they are starting to ban people like some of the longtime supporters because they're asking questions. I watched a couple of them now, you know, people that, again, they have been receptive to, you know, to both sides listening to things. And that's apparently not allowed. I don't care if somebody does that as long as they don't, you know, they're not trying to take my channel down.
Doug, they're not banning them. They're just timing them out for a little bit. Don't you know?
They're only timing them out forever. My bad. It's funny. Nancy, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome. Tux. Allie. So, Allie, you're the one who sent the ostrich of shame. Well, yes, I do indeed love it. Thank you too. I apologize. Like, I never know who wants credit to. You know, sometimes giving credit, it's a double-edged sword. Like these people will fixate on somebody if I shout out something they do if they get butthurt about it. So if you did something you want credit for, I mean, much love to you. And I do. I love it. I think that ostrich of shame is freaking funny. I love them all. You're talking about this one.
Yes.
Ostracized. But I love this one too. He's like,
yes. Like, uh-oh.
That's Megan is what that puppet is. That's what I told her. That was like, Megan's like, ostrich of shame. It's like Megan Fox.
Yep, I can see it. I saw his lips move. It said, "Oh, Megan Fox."
I love it. Tracy, thanks for the month there. Another great insight into insanity. Indeed. Lady Linda, what's up? Thanks for the 10 there. On my 72nd birthday was the 18th. Well, you know what? You need a song too. You very much need one. I wonder if Shizzy and I can time one. I keep running all crazy. I hear Shizzy's like doing it right. Have you heard us try to time up clapping? You know, Megan, when she does it, it'll be like, it should be like, happy birthday. And she's like, what's going on?
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's funny. I love it. All right, here we go. Let's bust it out.
All
right. Happy
birthday from all of us to you.
Yeah,
happy birthday from all of us to you.
Dreams come true.
Yes.
You haven't cheated in a while. No,
I am
it's
not.
Funny. It's funny. I love it. Actually, I used to go there. The reason it sticks with me is because every year when I was a teenager, my mom would try to sneak in Chi-Chi's. And Chi-Chi's back in the day was embarrassing as hell because they put that giant sombrero and they'd sing and dance around you and stuff. It was just so fucking embarrassing. So I'd be like, I'm not going. No dinner for me. It was like, no. We're going to go somewhere else. It'll be nice. And we'd end up at Chi-Chi's again every year. It's like,
son of a buck. I fell for it.
Yeah, but I loved it too. Happy birthday to you, Lady Linda, by the way. MS, what's up? Thanks for the tune there. She posted the fleas 1 hour ago. Yeah, I saw that. A few of you have noted that to me, and thank you too. I appreciate that. We'll have to see what that craziness is there. Hey, it's Ray Hibb's brother, that J guy. Thanks for the 5. Thanks for joining my lawsuit, Shizzy. Just thrust yourself to the front and center of my lawsuit. That's hilarious. Naked. Thanks for the 5. She still has Satire Society. Yeah, that's true. And has posted at least 6 vids since I was last there. Oh yeah. Make sure also, people, if you don't know how to archive, it's a simple part. Let me show this real quick, okay? You need to go to the site archive. You can either type IS or FO, okay? But just type that in as a search domain. Then, look, I'm going to bring this up on the screen. It's very simple to archive. And the reason you archive is so it's undisputable. Now, everything will not always archive, but like YouTube can, so when you're doing YouTube channels too, remember this, you want to archive everything there. And the way that you do that is this. You put in the main address, but across the front it has posts, it says videos, shorts. You need to push every one of those. So you push like shorts, you take the link to it, you put it right here, and you push save. That's all you have to do, and it'll save it. If it's already there, it'll pull up a thing and say saved whenever, and you can still save it again if you want to. If you want to just search and see if something's been saved, you can put it down here. And you don't just have to search for the one side, like from her law. Let me show you an example. Give me a second. Let me see. What was her name? Family pros, law pros. All right, give me a second. I'll show you.
Oh yeah.
All the stuff with this. Yeah, I like to encourage people to do this because you can't change an archive. And everything should be archived,
Yep.
Let's see. So when you save it, 1 minute. When you check it, I went in and checked the covering Jeremy Hales. Now you can see where this is already archived here, right? But it also gives me these search parameters. I can go in and look for all snapshots that are attached to the website that they own. So like if I click that, then you'll see all of the different links. See, this is why I say you have to go in and save everything separately. See, this is what, like, when I see something, this is what I do. I know other people did it too, but this is my work as well. Every one of them. There's the home, the emails that she said were harassment. Oh my God, people send me emails. Got all those. Federal lawsuits, but on the police reports, the background checks that she put up, and more. You want to get everything you can. So archive if you would, please. Can't archive everything, but try to. And if there's something also, certain things I actually will make a video of as well. The redirect thing, for example, I made a video of because you can't quite screenshot. You can't archive that. So I want to show that she really did that. And I took her video where she did that to you too. So Bonnie, thanks for the 2. Maybe hubby found out and made her delete. I don't know what's up with that. People are saying, you know, I don't listen to these people's live streams and stuff. I either get some screenshots or I'll read a recap from iWatch so you don't have to, something like, you know, like that. I'm not gonna sit down for 5 hours and listen to them. I just can't do it.
No.
I think I would eat my hand before.
I would probably eat my eyeballs and give them to what's his name, Stupid Dave.
Oh my God!
So that we would blink.
Did you see? So no, this one of the funniest things I think came up. He put up a discussion about his litigation, and his case that he's using is Burger King versus. So you know, everybody got laughing about that. Jeremy, I guess, said something about it, and Dave got mad. You know, he got butthurt, but he wanted to show he wasn't. So he took a picture of himself holding like a Whopper in his hand. Oh my God! Everybody should Muppet that and everything else. It is so fucking funny. You know, I was like, did you really do that? Oh Lord! God. He's like, fat guy has a Whopper. It's so butthurt. I love it.
Oh God.
Yeah, it hurt me inside. I was like, I'm going to I'm going to die. When I first saw that, I about fell out of my chair. It was early in the morning. I was like, oh my God, this can't be real. Oh. Somebody made this for me. They're bugging with me. And I went and looked. I was like, no, it is real. Oh my God, how can this be? Oh, yeah. Pickle Tink, thanks for the 5. Tug, stairs and fell down. Yeah, who needs stairs? She's on the left, hip, leg, upper and lower, ankle, foot, elbow, all since 2018. Yeah, well, no, I was when I'm talking about that, you know how the mob is like, yeah, that's a nice business you have. You know, shame if it fell down and, I don't know, burned down. That's what I meant by that.
Leg, hip.
Yeah. Kermit lips. I love the avatar for this one, by the way. I love Kermit lips there. That's awesome. So hilarious. That's one of my favorites. It just makes me laugh. It was one of the first ones to pop up, so it cracks me up too. Tug, Shizzy, if people had simply followed a simple cease and desist, none of this crazy would be happening. Here's some breadsticks to help you stop lips from having their own zip code. It's funny too, is she talks about you've got a good point here. She talks about cease and desist, sending them out and, Lips does. But if cease and desist matters so much, then why aren't they talking about Lynette Preston and John Cook not following one from Go?
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Strange how that works, right? Okay, thanks for the 2. Looney Lips had a channel removed again. Yeah, I've got to look. What you can do if you want to know if her channel got removed or if it's been pulled down, click a link that used to go to one of her videos. If you click on it, it will tell you. It'll say that the channel was terminated if it was actually knocked out. If it was not terminated, then it'll say something different. So that's all you got to do there. I just haven't done it yet. I'd have to go find one of her links because I haven't cared that much. But it is interesting. She threw another fit. You know what that means is somebody found something and we caught her.
I drink all your Cokes, like those Cokes, like that Coke. You only drink your last orange juice?
What?
There was 2 orange juices.
You drank one of my orange drinks? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, you got me an orange juice and I slowly sucked into this one.
Oh, you're talking about real orange juice, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about one of those orange Cokes, you know, Fantas. You talking about a Fanta or are you talking about orange juice?
One of those orange Cokes.
Oh, that's what I thought you
I
were
said
talking
one of
about.
them. I always just said one of them.
Don't yell, baby. Don't yell.
I always said one of them.
That sounds like an excuse.
No, I
sounds like an excuse.
I didn't use one of those Cokes. I only used the orange juices because the orange juice is so good.
It's so good, huh? Yeah, you're not supposed to be drinking that stuff. You know that, right?
I don't drink it at nighttime.
You're not supposed to be drinking it in the daytime either.
I'm not fat.
You're not supposed to be. What'd you say? I'm not fat. Is that what you said?
I said I love.
Oh, I know. You said I'm not fat, and you tried to pat my belly. I saw what you did, you little crazy. I saw that. She was like, "But I'm not fat," and went to pat my belly. you little monkey.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's too funny.
Oh,
right.
Why did chicken cross the road, everyone?
Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know why.
To get 10 million dozen waffles, 10 million more, 10 million more, 10 million more, 10 million more, 10 million
Okay,
more,
I think that's
10 million more, 10 million more.
That's a lot of dancing waffles.
Jelly, dozen waffles.
That's a lot of dancing waffles. She calls
dozen waffles, duh.
Yeah, well, they don't know what dancing waffles are. You know, if you buy like Eggos, they have a picture of a waffle in the front with, you know, eyes and like little legs and stuff. Well, she wouldn't eat waffles at one time. And I found a picture of one and I was like, these aren't waffles. These are dancing waffles. Look at the picture. They dance, you know, so they're dancing waffles. That's what it's talking about.
The dancing waffles.
All right, well, hey, go upstairs.
Dance like the dancing waffles. Dance like the dancing waffles.
Yeah.
That's like the dancing waffles. This is how they dance.
Yeah, I see that. They dance crazy.
And they do this, that, and this.
Lord. All right, hey, go upstairs, kiddo. Hey, kiddo, for real, go upstairs. I got to finish this.
And this.
All right, love you. She's dancing.
look at the private chat.
Give me a second. I got to wait till the monitor up.
That's fine.
About the first step.
Is it?
About the first step.
Yep.
Okay.
About the 5 steps.
All right, we'll
Oh
go
my
up.
god.
About the 6 steps.
Well, wow, what?
8 steps. The 9 steps.
Okay, close that door too. Thank you.
She's bouncing off the walls from all the sugar.
Oh Lord! Actually, she went and saw her grandma for a little bit today, and her grandma got her all sugared up. Of course, you know how grandmas are. So yeah,
Then hand them back to you and say they're
what I'm interested in is why is 2L posting videos for lips? That's so bizarre.
because they have more people that watch over there because they know that you'll talk about it.
What a weirdo, man. What a bunch of weirdos. She's like, oh, please post over here. But they're not conspiring together. Remember, you know.
Yeah.
Remember that. Okay. Maybe not, by the way. Thank you for 10 gifted memberships. That's awesome, man. God, there's a bunch of gifted memberships. We're over 60 now. That's
Nice.
wild. Yeah, that's a great number. Thank you, folks. DJ Redis, thanks for the 2. Lips Other channel. Satire, Truth on Jeremy Hales is good. God, she has like 1 million channels, though. We know she does. Like that. Bunsen's like Bunsen Stone. I like the name, by the way. Thanks for the 2. Few fries short of a Happy Meal. Yep. That is definitely it. Kermit Loops. Thank you. Check my email. I'll have to see. I've got all kinds of funny pictures and stuff sent. I have been flooded with stuff, so I'm gonna have to see what is all here.
Yes.
But thank you. I'll go through everything. Joe, up to 20 there. Have some cheddar. Here it is, baby. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Loving the Muppets, by the way. Everybody's got some. Again, if you do not have a Muppet and you're like, man, I feel left out, I need a Muppet. Well, Right, good old Tug. Tug will make you a Muppet. You know, they are free. I will make you a Muppet. You guys send me a picture, though. And I will turn it into a Muppet for you. I pay for, well, actually, you know what? People helping out with the channel and stuff, you pay for the freaking Chat GPT. So I'm happy to do it. It's not hard work.
Yeah.
Andre, thanks for the 2 there. Hey, Tug, Shizzy, and Libs can dive into a steaming pile of cow. Lovely. Lovely. Probably make her more interesting. Rewrite, thanks for the 2. Tug will focus on you like the eye of Sauron. Indeed. I told them, you know, at one time I was like, if you try to do anything like focus on family or anything like that, I will spend a month of my time. You know, and I'm trying to make them understand. When I say a month, I mean an actual month of time. I will spend a month of minutes, and I will dedicate them all to them. So,
yeah, it doesn't stop. And they think, oh, it's over a month. No, take a month, and that amount of time he is going to dedicate to destroying every bit of you.
Yeah, well, you know what? They throw fits. They're like, oh my God, somebody said they're going to destroy. Well, you know what? You've got a fucking house of God. They're built on lies. Like other channels, you look at their fucking avatars and everything else. It's all lies. It starts at the front and it never gets any better. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, God, those avatars should be like, you should be arrested for the catfish level of bullshit that is.
Oh yeah, they've never been anywhere close to that ever in their entire life.
Oh God, man, it's just fucking crazy. Tracy, thanks for the 10 giftos. Thank you, Tracy. Over 70 there. Man, also Sticky Widget dropped to 10 as well. And thank you, Sticky. Appreciate that. And push it over 80. Good Lord, this is crazy. Aussie, what's up? Aussie Rue. Thanks for the 2. I like that rhyme there. I wouldn't let any of them close to my dogs. No, you wouldn't. Especially, well, speaking of dogs, apparently more than one likes dog colors. More on that later. Oh, yeah. We Toast. What's up, We Toast? Thanks for the 5 giftos, dude. Thank you for that. Man, we are getting it almost that. That's what, 85 plus? S. Sean, thank you for another 5 there, too. I like your Muppet as well, S. Sean. I love that. There's over 90 now. That's crazy. Allie, thanks for the 2 there. Made you a talking ostrich of shame. Plus more. Oh my God, a talking ostrich of shame. That'll be awesome.
I love it. The Muppet buttered toast.
Yeah, I love that. That's great, man. I love Sexy Toast. I think it's the funniest. Yeah, that was just such a random thing. I don't remember why I put those 2 things together one day, but I did. It's part of an intro. It's been with the channel almost from go.
Yeah.
Gamer Jackie, thanks for the 5 there. What's up, Gamer Jackie? Appreciate you, by the way. I wonder if Lips is Scientologist. It's like the crazy crap they do. Mine websites with people's names, harass them, making up stuff. Very fair game. Yeah, they actually, this looks like the harassment styles that a lot of these idiots do. You know, Paint Chip's got in trouble for a lot of his crazy bullshit. You know, his election interference, if you look at his charge with election interference, it was faking other people and more. It feels like that whole group, they just have a common tactic. It's a harassment tactic.
Yeah. I mean, they want to make a website about Shizzy Wiznut. Why? I guess I'm really that important, but it doesn't affect me whatsoever.
You are. They know it too. They know. It's because they can't make a website about themselves because nobody gives a fuck. The only way they can do it, they have to deride somebody else because otherwise, who cared about them? They, you know, what's amazing is like the newcomer here, they've tried everything ever on their own. Like this would suck if you really thought about it. They've tried to build something on their own, pageants and, you know, freaking shows, trying to say I've got this television show and more. Nobody ever cared. They had to come in and had to use another person's name. People you say don't matter, but that's the only way people will listen to you.
Wow. I never thought about that. How desperate and childish is that?
It's sad. I mean, again, if you don't matter, you're a nobody, right? Insignificant. Well, what does it say that the only way people will listen to them is when they bring up your name?
That's sort of sad.
It sucks for them, doesn't it?
It does.
Laura, thanks for the 10 there. Missed the Raiders tonight. LOL. Well, you're here. That's good. You know, that's the way to go. Lost it, Brew. Thanks for the 2. Tug, check your email. I will. I definitely will. Yeah, Ozzy for sure. Double Karma, thanks for the 2. Both of our YouTube channels have gone. Yeah, is she maintaining them, all of them down, or is she? She may have also tried to shut down, remove some stuff, and come back. She may have been getting stuff flagged. That could also be the thing. Who knows? I don't know. I'd have to check. You know, you'd have to have an archive before and after too. Emma, thanks for the 2 there. 2 of my favorite people and a letter. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. It's that kind of day, you know. Get that 2 for N. Let me check something. I want to see. Just give me a minute. I'm looking at. I was going to see if anything had changed on the channel stuff. Well,
oh yeah.
This one channel is still off. One of the channels is down for sure. You know, or it renamed, like I said.
Yeah, that's not uncommon for someone that's.
Well, she's changed them over and over again. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. Let's see. One of the channels. Oh, she ghosted. So Hot Lips is back up, but it has no material on it. She ghosted all of her material off there. I mean, you know what? That's actually I'm definitely going to archive before. If you plan on going to court, you are destroying evidence.
Well, I mean, she could have privated it all.
It doesn't matter, man. Like I doubt that. I think she probably, you know, she deletes stuff though. You know, she's been deleting things.
Oh yeah,
since Go. So,
and she's admitted to it.
It's funny though. Yesterday, I actually archived all of that stuff just yesterday. So, I mean, the archive is up there, and you can't take the archive down. That's the beautiful thing. Like, it's not just the archive of it either. I took screenshots and everything else, but hey, you know, good try. Good try. So, let's see. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 5. Thinking about chaos agents. The worst that could happen to Lips is, oh God, if Mr. Medicare got involved, oh my God, his mockery. Oh, he would ruin these people. Yeah, if someone like Medicare saw, you know, Fat Boy, 4 years of the prison loving in the bun oven. Oh my Lord.
And I'm nice. I'm nice to paint jokes.
Oh, Medicare would destroy these people. I'm surprised. Like, somebody has not tripped over this and just gone to town on them.
Oh,
you're right there, Cynic in Chief. Like, they think people like, look, man, I'm not very, you know, I'm pretty tame. You know, Shizzy pretty tame.
I've seen Medicare. Yeah, he gets a hold of something like this, and it is no holds barred.
Yep. So let's see. Craig, thanks for the 20 there. Nice shows. Here's some breadstick money. Well, that is much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, Craig. Double Karma, what's up? Nia, how you doing? Thanks for the 2 there. Shizzy Domain now goes to Bully. Yeah, Bully XE. I saw that. Did. Thank you for pointing that out too. If they try to change stuff up, because again, you know, this just plays against their quote unquote lull suit. Mama Bear. Well,
and that's what I think they're trying to do, is say that I'm the one that created it now. This is what I see coming.
Oh no, she agreed. But she can try that, but she brought it up in her own video, and unfortunately, the video is archived. I already got it. So she can ditch that video, but she put that video up. She bragged about it. She bragged about doing that and picking it up. She put a little scrolling thing across the bottom. It's already been archived, so she can try that, but it won't play very well. I'm a bear. Thanks for the tip. Nice to see you both together. Yeah, we don't get to stream as much. We both got busy with stuff for a minute there. You were out doing your meet and greet, get together, and there was something else I can't remember.
Well, I was working on my side project, and I couldn't be around to stream as much. So, and then of course this stuff happens. It gets really busy, but yeah.
Matt Adder, thanks for the 2 there. We need a Tug, Megan, Shizzy stream. Indeed, I think that would be fun. We'll have to do that for sure. We actually need to get everybody that's being sued together one day and talk.
Oh, God, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think it would be. Janice, thanks for the 20 there. Can you and Shizzy do lives together more frequently, please? Yeah, we'll see how it works out. I like doing lives with Shizzy. I think they're fun. So it's just that we got to make schedule work. That's it. But yeah, for sure. Angie, always Angie. Thanks for the 2. Check DMs. Send USS for you. For the DMs. Screenshots for both of us. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll have to see. It took a minute there. So Double Carmen noted also. Yeah, the channels are still there, but the videos have been wiped. Yeah, they're trying to, again, they want to hide evidence. The problem is, if you're going to do that, you shouldn't wait days before you do it, because you can play the game. No, I didn't. Unfortunately, like I said, all of that's been screenshot. It's all been archived. And the stuff that she pulled, I mean, it's already happened. She also was stupid enough not to remove she didn't remove everything.
Yeah. So that's coming.
She's not good at it,
True.
You're not good at it at all. That's the unfortunate thing for her. Like, she thinks she is. She thinks she's good at this stuff. But you would think lawyers would be better at this, but they're not. Janice, thanks for the 10. Many of the haters fans are getting disgusted how Lips takes over the streams. Yes, indeed. She let on as a guest. They're threatening to join What the Hell. She doesn't leave. Peculiar Optics is one of them, and many more. Actually, I saw Optics get, again, I don't care if a person agrees or disagrees. They're allowed to. You're allowed an opinion. They were treated like garbage, though. I saw the screenshots of one of those streams, and it was awful, to be honest. I mean, you're talking about people, again, you don't have to agree with everything. In fact, it's probably healthier if you don't agree with everything, Consensus. Echo chamber's bad, but that's what they want. They've been kicking people out, and I'm seeing more and more. I'm getting contacted by more and more people that were once part of the ecosystem, that were once people that put money into the ecosystem. Yes. And they're done. Allison, thanks for the month there. Thank you. Thank you for all the great commentary. Well, my night doesn't feel right. Isn't hearing you and Tug. Well, I'm glad there. Hey, my 50th was on the 3rd. Hey, let's bust you out. I'm freaking happy birthday song. It gives me the excuse for it. All right, Shizzy, you want this one too? Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Happy birthday
to you.
To all of us, to you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Yeah.
Yeah.
My timing was a little shitty there. But
yeah.
I wouldn't record there, but I actually like to sing it. Rhea, thanks to the 2. The fan has kicked in. It does seem like that. It does. It's funny. There were 2 Fantas. They've been down here forever, and I saw her eyeballing them, and I moved them. And apparently, I didn't hide them well enough. So she had found one. She was like, orange juice. I was like, that ain't orange juice, man. It's a Fanta. Dwayne, thanks for the 10. Bug is the greatest. Thank you for my lawyer fee. I'll have to tell her. She'll love that. And thank you, too. She is funny. She cracks me up.
So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get you to record your voice singing that song and doing it multiple times. And then I'm going to layer it on top of one another so that it sounds like there's a whole bunch of tugs singing it.
It's hilarious. We should do that. That'd be funny. Bootsy, thanks for the 7 there. I wonder when Liv's got her Botox. Travel to what brand she has or / had. You know, she was like, oh God, y'all are talking about my Botox. I haven't had Botox in forever.
Yeah, it shows.
Oh, Lord. And Patrick, thanks for the 10. In the turtle, the tortoise, and the bucket of blue. Hearkening to thee. Another letter from Shizzy Wiznut and the Otter Creekians. That's right. Shizzy, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, indeed.
Thank you, Patrick W. No,
Make
I
sure,
appreciate
folks,
you.
that you go and you subscribe for sure. You know, just make sure you support everybody that these people. If they hate them, there's a reason for that. So that alone should say ringing endorsement. That is probably the best endorsement for Shizzy Wiznut I can say.
I would say that is probably the nicest thing I've ever heard. It really is. I mean, that is one of the nicest promos. It's just like, yeah, I mean, you know that they're doing something right if they hate them so much. Oh, love that. I want to use that.
Well, you know, they don't judge a person by their friends, but by their enemies.
Yes.
You know, That's the best way to do it. I think you're doing something right there. All right, folks. Well, I think we are done today. I will be back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'll be back tomorrow. There's a bunch of stuff I need to catch up. There's new Randy document I've still not hit. There's that 2L document that is hilarious that I do need to hit, and more. So, it's so good. All of it's so good. So anyway, folks, I will catch you. Appreciate you, Shizzy, and we'll see you.
Thank you, brother. Peace, y'all.